not
going?
recording yet.
Here we
Go,
go.
Gox. Dear God, go.
Welcome to Movie the Podcast. That's right, Movie the Podcast. Who's that?
Faster,
It's Gox.
Gox,
He's
faster.
back.
Gogs is back. We don't have Alec, though.
Yeah, Gogs is back.
Sans Alec. So we're net.
Are Gogs and Alec the same person? Find out next week.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Have you ever seen him in the same place? No.
Gogs is Alex Tyler Durden.
Oh, that's fun.
Ooh.
Just telling him just to, make love to Helena Bonham Carter. So
Hell of a bottom, Carter.
hell of a
I
bottom.
think that was your joke. That's a good one.
So we back, or I'm back. Who knows anymore? And we
back.
watched. Speaking of people that are back,
God.
Anakin's back.
The Sith are back.
The Sith are back, sweetie, and they want revenge because that's what we watched. Was episode Trace. That's 3 for you playing our home game, and
And if you speak Espanol,
if you don't habla Espanol,
maybe I should have watched this movie in Spanish and it would have been better. I think.
I bet the dubbed acting is probably better in a lot of
Had to
ways.
be.
still getting
No! Donde está Padme?
No vivas. Okay. So anyway, yeah, we watched episode 3. So we're gonna talk about that.
Spoiler
Unfortunately,
alert, it's fucking awful.
Well,
And Nate said this was his favorite movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We're
know.
gonna-
I think
we're
Gogs
gonna-
and I are going to be the outliers in this conversation
no,
a little
pause,
bit.
pause,
but-
pause. It's not his favorite movie.
No, of the prequel
Literally
trilogy.
exactly what he said.
That is
I,
also true. It's the best prequel.
No, I disagree.
I do want
But-
to open the proceedings with the question of what revenge are the Sith getting when the Jedi seem to stand in their way in no functional
It
way at
doesn't-
all?
it's-
Like,
it's-
what are they?
They're finally getting
It's like
to
the
rule
rest
the
of the
galaxy
titles.
again.
It's like the rest of the titles of
But
these
like
movies.
at least Jedi returning, he does. Luke is back, and there's Jedi again.
Well,
That's
did you
a
ever
return.
see where
the
someone
thing
Pause.
is, yeah, that's
There
why.
is a behind the scenes reason why it's called this. The reason it's called this is because originally Return of the Jedi
Yeah.
was called Revenge of the Jedi. They didn't like it, so he decided he wanted to use it for this. That is it. That is why it's called that.
Sidebar.
That's disappointing. But then
I was at
a lot
a,
of things are.
I was at a Monster Mania convention, and somebody had a original one sheet because they printed posters with Revenge of the Jedi on it. He had the original one sheet poster with Revenge of the Jedi, and he was selling it for like $20,000 or something.
Yeah, that sounds
Fucking
right.
insane. But anyway,
Well, didn't somebody? I know it was all over social media where someone basically fixed all of the titles because
yeah, they
none of the
suck.
titles.
Oh
are
yeah, I
correct.
saw that little video. Yeah,
Right, like-
that is true.
Like,
You remember what
forget.
the titles were?
Yeah, well, no. They still use the same titles. It was
Oh.
just like Revenge of the Sith was actually like, I forget, it was like they moved that to like Empire Strikes Back or no, that was like
okay.
so they just shuffled it all around because
Yeah, because
it's like-
you would do Revenge of the Sith would be the Last Jedi,
But
Right.
but see,
and
but the original
whatever.
trilogy, the titles make sense. A New Hope, that's Luke, that makes sense.
Well, and that
And
Yeah,
title
so-
didn't
but
exist
the
until
original-
after.
Yeah, that was gonna say the same thing. A New Hope is a recent
wait,
subtitle.
Oh,
that
that
was still
that-
part of the crawl, was it not?
Yeah, I thought it was, or is that
I
something
don't
they
think
added?
so.
I don't think it is.
No.
I think the original, like 1990,
Star Wars.
1977 Star Wars opens and just says Star Wars, and then the crawl happens.
Oh,
And
okay.
then sometime after 1985, when
'Cause
he
you
starts
can't stop fucking
retooling,
with things.
yeah, he goes back and he says, okay, this one needs to be called Episode 4, A New Hope.
Oh, I
And
see.
then they add that in, and then that gets
but
revised
even the
for
other two,
specials.
I mean, Empire Strikes Back makes sense,
yeah,
and then Return of the Jedi makes sense because Luke is going to
He's
brought
returning.
the Jedi back.
he
Yeah, I
returns some videotapes in the movie as a Jedi does.
All right, we got a lot to get into. We will. This is going to go long, I'm sure. But what did you guys watch this week? Nate.
Okay, I watched 5 things, and I'm going to do this fast by
See?
request. Thing 1, I watched Blue Moon with Ethan Hawke, which is
like
just
that.
about a musical writer who was the guy that wasn't in Riders and Hammerstein, but was the guy before. And it's the most sort of stagey movie you could ever watch, but Ethan Hawke's pretty damn good in it. It's also not a movie where anything happens, and it's kind of just sad.
Wait, more
Uh,
stagey than Vanya on 47th Street or whatever?
Nah,
No.
It's pretty much that.
cool.
It's just a bar
It's-
movie. It's just in a bar the whole
I
time.
like that movie. I would
I
compare
don't
it
think-
more to like Lock Like it's kind of similar to that.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think Blue
Locke,
Moon's bad. I think it's fine. Like I
I
actually
enjoyed it.
I think it's pretty good. I mean, he's good. And it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, Margaret Qualley's really hot, and this guy's not gonna get to be with Margaret Qualley the end.
Locke is one of those guys that's like when he's in a good project, he's excellent. He's
Oh, he's
just in a lot of
outstanding when he's
in
in
a
good
lot of
work.
junk. Like he's in a lot of
Well, he
terrible
just
movies.
seems to work all the time.
Yeah,
He works at a Statham-esque level and somehow still has more hits.
yeah,
Uh,
he's good.
the second thing that I watched, I think, is Tabled because TJ also watched Spider-Man
Oh,
Brand New Day.
yes.
The third thing I watched was because we watched Revenge of the Sith, I figured, why shouldn't I watch The Mandalorian and Grogu?
Oh
And
God,
so
how'd
I
that go?
did.
Oh
And
no.
it's fine. Like I mean, and I say that like it is the faintest of it's the most damning of faint praise I can give it. Like it is cinematic length. It does end on Sigourney Weaver flying an X-wing and blowing up a hut palace.
It's Sean's
Uh,
old critique of well, the cameras were in focus and all the lights were on.
Yeah, yeah. It's everything that's wrong with Disney Star Wars, where it's like, okay, Grogu's cute. What do? We got to separate Mandalorian and Grogu for a little bit, but not for that long. We just want it to feel like
Even though you
maybe
already
Grogu
did
has
that
to
in the
learn.
show.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know,
Yeah.
but this is I don't know. I don't know why this movie exists because what I read about it is it was supposed to be a culmination of the show, but it's also supposed to like onboard people back to the show. They're just getting very like private equity lazy about the way they think about what storytelling is.
It's so frustrating too because that first season of The Mandalorian was
It's great.
really good.
That
Yeah.
was
It
really
was
top
great.
tier.
And then it just went downhill from there. But that first season was like everything I wanted in Star Wars because it was like familiar, but it was like a fresh story and it was like set up like a fucking kind of a Western vibe, and every episode was kind of self-contained. Like that's what I wanted. Like, and then they just fucked it all up. And then you had
Well,
fucking goofy ass PlayStation 2 Luke showing up at the end and all that crap. Like,
Yeah.
weirdly, I am excited for a new Star Wars thing.
what's that?
There's an anime series called The Ninth Jedi or something that's coming out. I saw the trailer
Oh.
for it. Looks good.
Cool. Okay. I'm in.
I mean,
I'm in for
Apparently,
that.
it has nothing to do with like canon Star Wars at all.
Perfect.
Is
That's
it
what
Japanese
we need.
made?
I believe so.
That rules.
Anime is good. I
Yeah.
like anime.
The thing with this is it's kind of like Rise of Skywalker, and it's like, hey, is set piece, set piece, set piece, set piece. Like there's not really a story. Um, he goes to they go to kidnap Jabba the Hutt's son, who happens to be played by Jeremy Allen White, the guy that's on the Bear as the chef on the Bear, and he's a buff Hutt who is wrestling. Kind of he's like a pro wrestler who's kept in a cage until he wrestles his way to freedom. Uh, and we just have to deal with that for a little bit. And so all of the creatures from that chess table thing on the Millennium Falcon appear in real life, and they all have to fight each other for a little while
God.
because fan service. And then there's a couple of different kinds of big CGI snakes that people have to fight. And Grogu and Mando get separated for a little bit. He's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna be around forever," but then that absolutely means nothing. And there's some cute little aliens that talk funny that walk around because that's what Star Wars has to be now.
You're
Is
not selling me on it at all.
pocket-sized little dudes. Um,
Shout out to pocket-sized dudes.
Hell yeah.
I mean, all that said, like it was fine. Like I had it on kind of in the background while I was doing other things, and I wasn't offended by it. It was just
What
like,
were the
yeah,
other things you were doing that
It's a
were more
perfect
interesting
movie.
than
It's a
the
perfect
movie?
movie to vacuum and fold your
Yeah.
laundry.
yeah. Well,
Like
yeah,
these
yeah.
dishes were slightly more compelling than
It's
than
really just like
Grogu and
it's
the
also
Mandalorian.
like the movie is so drab. There's one planet they're on that looks like Blade Runner, and that was the most interesting part of the movie for me. And then the rest of it, it's like everything's kind of brown. And you're like, all right, whatever. And there's like a ninja robot assassin guy, and they fight. I don't know. It's just it. I need more glue than like people are gonna fight back and forth, and then you're gonna be like, hey, you were right all along, Mando. And man, the number of fucking times that sound cue comes up, the like the
Oh,
Western
boy.
whistle sound
Yeah.
cue, like it happens to punctuate almost every scene where it just becomes obnoxious. I don't know how that made it through editing. So
Need
big
more
big mid.
Grow glue.
Big mid. Uh I also watched maybe my new favorite movie,
Hell
Lost
yeah.
Highway, which I had not seen before.
So
Oh,
good.
yeah.
And so, Sean, I need to apologize to you because I know we texted about Arquettes, and I said that I preferred Rosanna, but after
Oh,
watching
not
this,
after
I'm
that movie.
firmly in the
Patricia,
Patricia camp. Like,
especially in that movie. Oh my God, she is like on another level.
Arquette, anything to do with roads or cars.
Yeah,
So
true. Yeah, true romance as
Crash,
well. Yeah,
or no, she's not in Crash, right? That's Rosanna. No,
uh,
which one's
Rosanna's in Crash. Rosanna's
Okay.
in Crash.
Okay, so True Romance and Lost Highway.
but yeah, Lost
So
Highway
Nate,
is amazing.
a
What a
fun
great
fact that
movie.
you may or may not know. So the house in Lost Highway that Bill Pullman and she lives in, that's
Yeah.
actually David Lynch's house.
Oh,
That's
no
his real
shit.
house. Yeah,
Hey,
I didn't
that's
know
great.
that. I didn't know that until literally after he died and they had the estate sale and they had a bunch of pictures and I was like, wait a minute. And then I went back and watched, I was like, that's David Lynch's house. So yeah, that all the interiors and stuff, I don't know if that's still his house, but the exterior shots are all David Lynch's actual house, which he got fucking Frank Lloyd Wright, right, not right, Frank Lloyd Wright.
The Packers or Carolina Panthers quarterback Frank
Uh,
Lloyd Wright.
I was thinking more of the Nazi thing, like the Frank Lloyd Wright.
Hey, the architecture is great. The fascism, not so much.
Yeah, but he designed his house. But anyway, I love Lost Highway. I think it's amazing. I think that David Lynch, he's always good with his use of music, and I love the soundtrack in that movie. Like
Yeah.
probably the best use of a Rammstein song.
I was
in
very
history.
surprised to hear Rammstein and see Marilyn Manson in it. And I was like,
Are you-
huh, I don't know how I missed this shit before.
And then the fucking what was that psycho that actually killed people in real life?
Robert Blake. I was
Robert
going to
Blake.
say, Robert Blake is death in this movie, right?
Yes.
My
yes,
read is
that's
correct.
That's how I read it. That or like he represents like the will to kill or whatever. But yeah, because like the whole thing about well, I've already been to your house and all, like because he's killed his wife. But that scene that I've talked about this with Sean recently. That scene where he meets Robert Blake at the party and he's like, call your phone. Like that's like one of the best. Like
that's
like
some
David
of the creepy,
Lynch,
like that's the best horror writing that
right.
the jump
That's
scare of Robert Blake earlier in the movie when he like looks over at Patricia Arquette and it's him, and there's just that brief like 2 frame cut to it.
so good.
It terrified me. It
Yeah,
was great.
It's so good. It's
and
such a
Balthazar
fucking
Getty's good in the movie, and like he was like a golden boy for a period of time, and
yeah, what
like
happened
whatever.
to that
But
guy?
yeah,
I think
Um,
Sean and I saw that at the Charles, didn't we, Sean? We saw that on the big screen, I believe.
What, Lost Highway?
Yeah, didn't we see Lost
No,
Highway
no,
at the
no.
Charles?
We saw Fire Walk with Me.
I must have saw it by myself, but seeing that in the theater was super cool because like
Yeah.
there's a lot of like really really dark shots in that movie, and seeing it like it doesn't translate as well on TV, but when you see it on a theater screen, it like you can kind of tell the depth of like the color in it. It's amazing. Like I Lost Highway, like I think Mulholland Drive is his best movie, but like Lost Highway is one of my favorites.
I just like
love-
I still want to watch it again in a way that like I was left unsettled but also excited to watch it again, which is weird because like David Lynch movies don't always leave me like, oh man, I can't wait to do that again. So yeah. Anyway, Lost Highway is great. And then I also watched a movie that we all love. I watched Blade Runner again. Just hadn't
Original?
watched it in a while. Yeah, original Blade Runner.
Which cut did you watch?
Whichever one you have on the Plex is the one I
I
watched.
think it's the director's cut.
And
I
just
prefer that. Everybody here has seen the final cut.
yeah, because I think I own the final
I've
cut.
seen the 3 cuts, yeah.
I think I like the final cut, but I think director's cut is my favorite.
What's
I
the
need
difference?
to compare them.
It's not much, but like final cut just has a little bit more. Like it just has a little bit more extra stuff. Like there's more stuff with like the unicorn and stuff like that. It's like
Yeah.
it's good. It doesn't really.
Which one ends with like the voiceover at the end?
That's
the
the
theatrical.
theatrical cut.
Okay.
That's the one where Harrison Ford has the most like monotone reading of the N word that doesn't need to be in a movie ever.
That's true. But yeah, also he's like half asleep. But yeah, Blade Runner is like absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. I've told this story a million times, but I always think it's funny that William Gibson he finished Neuromancer, but he hadn't put it out yet. But he went and saw Blade Runner, and he's like, "Shit, everyone's gonna think I ripped this movie off."
Yeah.
I always thought that was so funny.
The thing that struck me, like Rutger Hauer is so incredibly good in this movie. in a way that like I
Unbelievable.
feel like I appreciated most finally this time, and I don't know why it took me so many watches.
Because you're closer to dying.
I think so. I think that's
Yeah.
absolutely because the
That
letterbox review I
tear.
ended up leaving for myself is that the second half of Edward James Olmos's quote at the end, but then again, who does, hit
Yeah.
me this time harder than it ever has because I think when I was younger, I read it as like he's making a reference to the fact that Harrison Ford's also a replicant. He's saying,
Yeah.
who does, like, you're also going to. But what he's
Yeah.
actually talking about is nobody ever fucking lives. We're all
Right. Right.
dying.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm like, yeah, okay, shit. It's true.
I I love that scene where Rutger Hauer he meets the head of the company. I can't remember everybody's name.
It's the Tyrell
Tyre,
Corporation in the
and it's
movie.
the guy from The Shining, the actor. He's the bartender in The Shining. It's the
Yeah,
same
yeah, yeah.
actor.
Hmm.
But like that scene where he's like, I want more life. Like I just the way he delivers that line and then the way he kills him is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
And
gouging
then
his eyes
you
out.
know another scene that always stuck with me, like from the very first time I watched it, is
We
the
just do
scene.
lies.
What's that? Oh,
I just do lies.
that scene's great. But no, it's where they go to where Hannah goes to that guy that has all those weird like robot toys and stuff, and she kind of
Hmm.
like cartwheels in the background. Like that's so like
Yeah.
visually interesting. Like that's such a good fucking movie.
The
What
like,
happened to Ridley Scott? Fuck you,
yeah,
Ridley Scott.
even the cuts in like when Deckard's sitting in his car before he goes to like the final confrontation with Roy Batty, they're like three, I guess maybe they're kids or their little people actors who are like
Yeah.
dressed up in cyberpunk wear walking through the city. And it's one of the coolest looking like urban decay dystopia cyberpunk shots. And it's
Oh,
so simple, but it does everything. I don't know. I think I watched it so closely this time that I was really attending to how intricately it's put together. And maybe it's something about the director's cut versus the final cut too. I don't know. I
yeah.
kind of want to go back and watch the final and figure out if I sense a difference.
Yeah. I
Um,
legitimately can't decide which one of those two movies is better.
Oh, between that and 49,
Yeah,
2049. Yeah. Are you excited for the show? I am. I think it was
I
good.
am. I'm also like cautiously optimistic about the Neuromancer TV show.
Yeah, me too.
yeah, I mean, if they're gonna get it right, now's the time.
Well, and the thing is with both Amazon and like Amazon's had some good stuff. Like I was very skeptical about Fallout, and that's been really good. Like and Apple TV, they put out good stuff. Like Severance is like one of the best shows that's come out in the last like 30 years. Like so I don't
I hope in Neuromancer, if when they go to space Jamaica, it's like super racist. Like
Yeah, I mean, we all know I've talked about Neuromancer on the show 1,000 times. Like, I can't wait. It's got a lot to live up to, but hopefully they pull it off.
Oh,
Anything else, Nate?
that's it. I'm gonna pass to Sean. Sean?
nothing. I don't care for movies. Gogs.
Um, I watched a whole bunch of stuff during my hiatus.
Go on, watch Her Private Hell. It's on the Plex now.
I'm going to. Oh no, I'm sorry. I did. You know what? I lied. I rewatched most of I Saw the TV Glow. I think that movie's even better than I thought it was the first
Uh,
time. God.
It's really good. It's a really
what's
good
her
movie.
name? I can't remember his name. The director
Michael
of that
Vincent.
movie,
Yeah.
Jan Michael Vincent. No, Schornberg or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Her new movie comes out, I think next weekend. That death, sex and death at Camp Mishima. It looks
Yeah.
amazing. I can't
I still.
wait.
Well, I'm really excited about Takashi Miike's Bad Lieutenant. I forgot that was a thing, and that's
That
coming out
looks
soon.
so good. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's getting a U.S. theatrical release. Go
Oh,
Neon.
that'll be fun for you when you're the only person that goes to it.
Hey, I don't care. I've never seen a Takashi Miike movie in the theater, so that'll be cool.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Gogs.
No, it's all good. So I watched a whole bunch of stuff. I'll be real fast about it. The Furious. That was a ton of fun. Go watch The
Hey.
Furious.
Oh, good.
Hell
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. Yeah, you weren't on, but yeah, we had a lot of fun. I knew you'd love that movie.
Yeah, that was dope.
It was
Uh,
a fun viewing experience with you and Alec too. It was a good movie to watch all together.
it was lovely. In a way of avenging your stolen children kind of way. Um, Old Henry, I watched that.
So good.
Loved that. That's
Yeah,
a
thank you
fucking
for that. I talked about it on the show, but like I would have never watched that movie if it wasn't for you, and that was a gem. Like that movie was so fucking good.
that's an S tier modern western. I went on a tear and watched Evil Dead 2 after I watched Evil Dead Burn. Evil Dead Burn is not good. There's some fun parts of it, but on the balance, not great. Uh, Hot take, Evil Dead 1 is superior to Evil Dead 2.
Ooh,
Um,
ooh, that is a hot take. I don't
Yeah.
agree, but I respect the commitment.
it's the better film. Uh, Evil Dead 2 is too goofy. Evil Dead is like
But
a
I
better
love
balance.
I love the goofiness of
I mean,
Evil
I'm
Dead
not
2.
mad at it. I'm not like ew, Evil Dead 2, but like between the two, I'm like, this is a
You
one's
know
way
the
more. One's
maybe
Evil Dead
maybe
2 is more fun, but
Did you
Evil
know
Dead 1's a better movie.
The Coen brothers helped film Evil Dead 1?
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
maybe this is just me being a cretin, but like Army of Darkness is my favorite of those three
Oh, I
movies.
love
I'm
that.
Oh, Army of
sorry.
Darkness is a ton of
I
fun
got a
too.
bone to pick with you.
But of those,
When he
Evil
keeps
Dead,
he says tally forth and his jaw keeps going.
it
Come
just gets
on.
progressively sillier, right? Like
I kind of like the silly though. I don't
I'm
know.
not like I said, I'm not mad at the
all,
silly, but I like the balance of one.
I love all three. I'm a huge we've talked about my love of Sam Raimi, and I still need to watch Send Help because you said that that's kind of his
I
return
really
to
enjoyed
form.
that. I
Yeah,
really,
same.
really enjoyed Send Help.
Yeah.
I watched Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Speaking of Evil Dead Rise,
Yeah.
it's gross. It's like the if there was a concern about plot armor in Evil Dead Rise, the plot armor's way stronger in The Mummy. Like it's still gross, but like it's I didn't hate it, but it's not like Rise is still superior.
You're the only like I've heard that from so many people. They're like, it was fine. It was just kind of there. Like
It's got what's interesting is it stars the guy from the boyfriend from Midsummer, and I was like, oh, that guy's still an actor.
didn't you watched that guy's other movie, right? Hole in the Ground? You said that was pretty good. Didn't you
I
watch that?
don't
I thought you watched
think
Hole in the Ground.
so.
I could have
Maybe
sworn you did.
I watch things. Who knows?
It didn't stick with you if it
It
was
didn't
any
stick
good.
well enough. I watched Heretic, which I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, it's okay.
It wasn't
Fine.
it wasn't earth shattering, you know. It didn't,
That's the Hugh Grant one, right?
the Hugh Grant
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
it's the R atheist movie.
I
R
was
slash
able to
atheist
talk
movie.
myself into liking it more over time because I think the ending is interesting because it's so unclear
Yeah,
that
like
like
she's
the ending leaves you with like
well, like
it,
spoiler alert, like it's like, well, do either of you two care? I guess spoiler
I've
for
already seen it. I talked
right.
about
Sean,
it.
do you give a rat's ass?
He doesn't
I
care for
could give
movies.
a fuck.
Okay, he hates movies. Like it's like the ending of that movie is just Brazil, right? Like she's dead.
yeah. Yeah, but I think it's also an interesting demonstration of the idea of how powerful faith is that you can believe that you go to heaven even if you don't.
Right.
And the movie's saying that like, yeah, Hugh Grant's problem is that he's given up on the idea that there's anything, so he's turned into a murderer, which whatever. Like I'm not saying it makes it good. And I
Yeah, that
think that
movie
like what
didn't
was
land for
interesting
me.
about the movie decays pretty quickly when you're like, wait, so you just have like a gross murder basement? Like what's going on here?
Well,
This
that's
isn't
the
even
thing,
fun.
right? Like that's what killed it about that. That's what killed it for me because like I think the beginning is really really strong,
Yeah,
and
you
they're
want
like,
this
oh,
tense thing and then like, okay. And then it's
but
just
then
like,
like
okay,
it's just.
reveal it's a
But it does have Sophie Thatcher in it, who is my legal wife, so I do like it a little
She
bit.
is good in
Sophie
it. And
Thatcher is fantastic,
big fan.
and again, we're legally married, so
That's exciting.
congratulations to me. Yeah.
Big ups. I saw Project Hail Mary. I forget if I was on the show when I talked about that or not, but I'll just reiterate. The movie's a lot of fun. Like it's happy science fiction. Like it's not you're not like it's not 2001 A Space Odyssey, but it is the Chili's margarita of science fiction films. Like it is just like
what a
like
comparison.
I'm enjoying this right now and it's doing everything I wanted to do for me. Like no complaints, not sending it back. I forget
Yeah,
if
and
I
it
was
is like a Chili's margarita. It's like a little oversized. You're getting more
yeah,
than you actually want, but
but like I'm
it's
slamming
fine.
it down and it's got a
Yeah.
fun rock creature who I'm in love with. Like
Yeah.
like I'm he
Yeah,
got me.
Rocky's cute.
Rocky rules. I forget if I was on the show when I watched Anihara. It's Dutch, I think. It's this real. I think I texted TJ about it. It's about
Yeah,
like
you did. You did text me about it. I put it on the Plex. It sounded
um,
interesting.
it is let me- Aniara, Aniara. It is about it's Swedish. It's
Swedish.
Swedish.
My butt is on the Swedish. Shout out to Tom Green.
Like it is about people leaving a polluted and destroyed Earth to go on a 3-hour tour to go to Mars. And just repopulate. So this giant, like almost a colony ship, but it's being done like this isn't the first time this has happened. Like this is just what we do now. We're abandoning Earth. This is just the latest shipment of humans to go to Mars, and something goes awry, and it basically sets the ship adrift in space, for ever almost like for a long time. And it's like dealing with the like it's just like it's cool. It is just like it is not happy, but like
Sounds
it
really
is
good. That's a
it's
good
like
premise. I like the premise.
whatever event happens, they're set adrift, and then it's like 1 year later, 2 years later, year 5, year 10, year 20, like, and just watching that all happen.
That's cool.
It's cool, and like visually it's cool. It's in Swedish, so
How did you even come across? How did you even come across this?
someone on social media was like, if you like X, try this. And I
What
forget
was the What was the X?
I
would
forget
love
if
to
it
know.
was 2001 or if it was if you like I don't know why it would be this, but maybe it was Event Horizon. I don't know. They were like, here's
I can see
something
that.
if you like space and dread, here you go. Um because it's not a horror movie. It's about just the crushing reality of mortality and coping. So like I would say if you're not in a happy place mentally, like especially like
I mean, it sounds like my bread and butter. I love
I
depressing
think I
movies.
feel like it would speak to you and like I think you would enjoy it. So give it a look and
This
I'd
is going
love
to
to.
be a weird question. Have you ever seen Solaris?
No, I've
Not the
not. I
George
think I
Their
Clooney.
always
version?
wait. I think I always think of Sunshine whenever we bring this up. I don't think I've ever seen
You should
Solaris.
watch
With George
Solaris.
Clooney, is that him?
That's the
No, the
remake.
original.
The remake, honestly, though, the remake isn't awful, but I would watch the original. But I think you would like it. It's deals in similar themes.
1972 Russian film.
Yeah, it's a Tchaikovsky film. It's really good. I think
Okay.
you'd like it. I'll
I'll
put it on
give
the Plex. I think it might already be on there because I'm a big Tchaikovsky guy. Because of course I am. Have you ever seen Stalker?
No, but I did play the video games a little bit.
It's not related, but well, kind of because in that
Kinda.
video games, don't they have the zone? Isn't
Yeah.
that part? Yeah,
I,
okay, it's sort of related.
but
Fun fact about Stalker is that everybody that made that movie died
nice.
because they shot it where like in
They
this
shoot in
irradiated.
Chernobyl.
Well, basically, yeah, like everybody died of like cancer like after they made the movie. Like, so not to go on a whole tangent, but the crazy thing about Stalker is that they shot an entirely different movie and like it was shot and finished and then all that film got destroyed and then they basically shot the movie that we have and it's like a
Oh,
completely different movie with like a lot lower budget because they wasted all their budget already and it's a masterpiece like it's kind of it's a moral tale
It's,
about kind of what you want in life and what you should
well,
have and
it's crazy if you ever do a deep dive into Soviet era cinema because they
oh
would give
yeah
you money to make fucking whatever. They did not care. It was like
yeah
very art driven, which is weird for what people would consider like a totalitarian regime. But they made
yeah
some wild shit with Soviet money.
well,
Yeah, Tchaikovsky, I mean, I'm not the first person to use it. The guy's a fucking genius. The Mirror is amazing. Stalker is amazing. Solaris is amazing. Like, he's great. But anyway,
I'll give both those a look. And then the last thing I watched, I was just talking to TJ about this, is I watched Zazie Beetz' They Will Kill You.
Nate watched that too.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed.
And I watched it. It was,
I liked it. I like the very last fight scene in it was they could have worked that one a little better, but on the balance, I liked it. I was telling TJ it was like if Sam Raimi and Wes Anderson made a horror movie together, then an
Yeah,
action horror movie,
I
then that's what you get.
I said it on the show and I said it to you in text. The problem with that movie for me is that nothing lives up to that first fight. That first fight is
The first
so
fight is
good
really top
and
tier.
nothing is as good as it in the rest of the movie. But I love Zazie Beetz, so that's my second legal wife. I'm in a polygamous relationship.
Give
Um,
her more work. She's
she's great, and why
Yeah.
isn't she in more shit? Because she's
she
wonderful.
is she is she is leading actress heat. Like she can just carry a
And she's
film.
she's good in an action movie too. Like she's good in this role. Like
Oh, she
I
is believable as a fucking badass. She's got
yeah
like,
Yeah, I
you
mean, she was
know,
good. She was Domino, right? In the
she was
yeah
in
she
Thor
was
2.
Domino. She's great in that.
Yeah,
Um,
she can do it.
she was
yeah,
good in Joker too. Even though that movie is as time has passed, people are harsher on that movie. But I still think Joker's a pretty decent movie.
but that's everything I watched. Tej.
I watched the table thing. I watched Spider-Man: A Brand New Day, and I'm hoping that Nate had similar feelings to me because I absolutely loved it. I thought it was incredible. It's directed by the same guy that directed Shang-Chi, and Shang-Chi is also one of like the standout Marvel films of the last like decade or so. And I'm going to give this movie a very strange compliment, but it is truly that. It felt like the video game, which is also a really good representation of Spider-Man.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And I everything that I've kind of had problems with Marvel movies on a whole, and we've talked about it to death, is that this felt like its own thing. Like there was stakes. I thought that the emotional side of the character was well done. I felt like there was an arc, and I felt like visually it was interesting because we've talked about that. I know Sean and I have talked about this a lot, but like visually, I think Marvel movies have just gotten so bland and boring. And
Yeah.
as much as action and stuff happens, it's all CGI and it's just kind of there. This movie had like a visual style, like it felt like its own unique vision. And I don't know. I again, I we you know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Like I can't objectively watch a Spider-Man movie and not love it because I just love Spider-Man so much. But specifically, these new Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, like I feel like, especially comparing this to like the John Watts movies, like this feel I kind of wish we had this guy the whole time because like the John Watts movies are good, but I think like I like the characters in those movies more. Like what I liked
Mhm.
about the first three Spider-Man movies is I really like Tom Holland, I really like Zendaya, I really like Ned. I can't remember that actor's name. He's the CEO of Sex. You know what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
I like those characters and I like the interplay of those characters. And they really sold me on their friendship. And I think that carries the movie. Whereas, like, the action in those three movies aren't that great. This movie has the best of both worlds because I feel like they did a great job with all the characters. Punisher is wonderful in this movie because it's
I
basically
agree.
a Punisher Spider-Man buddy cop movie.
Mm.
And we all love John Bernthal, but they play off each other so well. And again, like the character stuff I think is done really well, but the thing that stands out in this is the action is so well done. Like when Spider-Man is Spider-Maning, it's so fucking good. Like he's
Gogs.
doing what
Oh, sorry, Gogs. Do you care about spoilers
About
in
spoiling
this
what
movie?
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I don't think you could. I mean,
well, there's like a
maybe,
big
but
reveal. The villain is a
Yeah,
big reveal.
there's some big spoily stuff in
like, would
there.
I go?
Well, we're
"Ooh"?
not going to spoil it, but I'm sure
Okay.
if you're on the internet, it's already been spoiled. But
It's tradition that whenever this happens in a Spider-Man movie, we have to spoil it, and TJ bleeps it. So that's what.
Does
but now
does Alec listen to the show? Because I don't
yeah,
want to spoil it for
no,
Alec.
we won't. We'll stay out of spoilers. Just we'll be respectful, whereas the rest of the internet isn't respectful at all. It's funny. I saw it the opening weekend, and like literally everybody, all the memes are fucking spoiling the movie. It's like goddamn. But Nate, but I loved it. To me, it's the best Spider-Man movie. Like out of these, I know Sean's gonna jump in. It's not better than Into the Spider-Verse. The
No,
first
but
one.
of the Holland ones,
It's the best. And it's arguably it might be my second favorite Marvel movie behind Winter Soldier. Like it's so good. Like
I
I loved it.
yeah, I think I'm slightly cooler on it than you, but only because of the marvelly stuff in it. Like
Yeah.
I think I agree with you completely. Like the movie is shot in such a way that it's like, hey, I actually care about how a movie looks.
Right,
Like
right.
it is cinematically thoughtfully shot. It's got cool angles, scenes and shots
And
start in interesting
New
places.
York feels like New York. You know
Yeah,
what
New
I
York,
mean? Like the
absolutely,
rest of
yeah.
them didn't
It's
really feel
very,
like
it feels very ground level a lot of the time, and then it feels very real when he's swinging around. To your point about it feeling like the video game, there's one sequence where he legit like
he does
fights a bunch of guys on a
the
rooftop and like blasts people in a circle, and I'm thinking about just the button tapping you do to do
yep,
that in the
yep,
game.
exactly.
Um, I love his like, basically his sadness mixed with his sort of evolution plot thing. I think those are both interesting. I don't think the evolution plot resolves in a way that satisfied me.
Yeah, I
And
don't
I think it
disagree
I
with
think
that.
it got like dropped in Act 2 and never really picked up other than to be like, oh, he's the Matrix now kind of at the end,
Well,
which
it's
I
weird because it felt like from reading the comics, it felt like they were trying. Well, I was kind of terrified at first because there's a scene where so like in the movie, his like spider hormones are taking over his like human hormones, so he's like overdriving on the spider side. And
and
there's a
he's
part where
having the stickiest, webbiest wet dreams
yeah,
because of it.
he at one point he wakes up in a cocoon, and
I'm serious. I'm not, that
I
wasn't
wish
just a joke.
I
It's
wish Alec
happening.
was here because Alec would echo the statement. But for a split second, I thought they were adapting the comic book story The Other, and I was like, "Oh my god, no! That is a infamously terrible Spider-Man story." And I was terrified they were going that way. But no, they didn't, thank God. But I thought that the movie was kind of going towards. There's a part in the comic, and it happened in the cartoon too, so most people are probably familiar with it, where he turns into Man Spider.
Hmm.
He turns into an actual spider, and I thought that's what they were doing. I'm like, I don't know, and it kind of felt like it was written that way, and they might have changed it halfway through because I do agree. I
That's
while I did love it, I'm not
mhm.
saying the movie is perfect,
No, because
but
I think my biggest problem is just that we had to put the three other MCU characters in the movie, and none of them really have to be there. Our
see,
villain, our villain is the
I
most interesting use, and I do
yeah,
like the potential that that provides for later movies.
see,
But,
I kind of liked it
but
because to me, without again, I'm talking very generally. I liked and I know it's like very like again like somebody said it on Twitter and they're right. Like it's a very low bar to clear, but I liked the connection between those two characters and
yeah,
how
oh yeah, yeah,
like
no,
I
I
like and again that's a very like in a normal movie you're like, well yeah, but like this is a Marvel movie and they don't do shit like that. And I
no,
was
I
like,
think
that's
I think
clever.
the fact that they went all the way through with grief as a connecting point was something that mattered because they kind of tried to do that in
Right.
whatever the new Avengers movie was. I can't remember what they called it instead, where they were
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts was doing a grief thing also. Um, I it's just like I feel like between just Peter's dealing with everything he's lost and the genetic thing, you
Yeah.
could have had a movie that would have been fine with him having to deal with a scorpion kind of
Sure.
character on the side
Yeah.
and dealing with the real villain being himself in two different
Sure.
ways. And the movie kind of couldn't be risky enough to do that.
Yeah. I don't
I
disagree with
love
that.
Bernthal. I think having the Punisher in it was great. I don't think that what they did is bad, but I did kind of go like, oh, we're not gonna do the most auteur thing you could do
It's
with
a
this
it's a
character.
it's
We're gonna
a
do the thing
fair
that's like,
point.
well, this will launch five other movies because we've introduced these things. Um,
It's not it's you're not wrong. I see your point, but like I can't lie, I love the Punisher stuff.
well,
And the
yeah,
thing is like
no, I
what
mean
I
the
liked
Punisher stuff
about
is
it
great.
and what I liked about it too, like on a nerd level, is that like Punisher was introduced in Spider-Man. Like Punisher is kind of a Spider-Man
Oh, and the
character.
the way that he shows up in the movie is great. Like I love that it's not like oh hey we have to have a conversation. It's just like
Yeah, and to your
whatever
point,
in media
like
res.
the and he's in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler, but like I liked when they used the Hulk. Like that was fun. Like I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
And like
yeah,
how he ties into the overall story does make sense. Now,
right.
you could have
No, I
had
mean,
Banner without the Hawk, but I
yeah.
do like the one Hawk scene you get is one of the best Hawk scenes that they've had in any of the movies.
No, it's
Because
it's
he
really it's really well done and it's interesting. I just yeah, it becomes
and
this thing where like the third act of the movie turns into okay, this isn't about Peter as much anymore as it is about
yeah.
we have a cinematic, we have another whatever
Yeah, I don't
Marvel season
disagree.
12 to launch, so we got to line up all the dominoes.
I don't disagree, but I do think that the
And that's kind
villain
of
was
comic booky anyway, so whatever. It's fine.
yeah, but I guess that's the other thing I want to say before we get off of it because I know we got Star Wars talked about. I don't want to talk about it because I hated it. But
It's
to me,
great.
like in the same way that I praised the Superman movie last year, where I said that like I love Superman because Superman to me felt like a comic book ass movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it felt, and this to me felt like this felt like Spider-Man. Like this felt like a 4 issue run of Spider-Man. Like you could have just pulled this right from the comics. And I know that's probably ridiculous to say with like all the other Spider-Man movies, but this felt more comic book like than the rest of the films.
Well, and I will say that like the emotional beats in the movie are genuinely powerful. Like they are
Yeah.
everything that goes on about Peter and MJ and their connection in the movie is 10 times more believable and more
Oh,
emotionally investing than anything in any of the Raimis. Like,
I completely agree. And the scene where she's just like, "I don't know you," that's like a gut
yeah,
punch.
yeah,
That's
no,
just
it's fucking like
and
it's
again, like that trades off the what they've built in the other movies. Like
right.
I feel like their
And that's why I
relationship.
wish that they just like let's just let this be this movie.
Yeah,
But they can't do
I
that
don't.
because they're running a business. So I get it.
It's a
And it's
valid point,
yeah,
but
but I mean,
I was swept up in the nerdiness of
and
it
it puts
all.
me at like I gave it a 4, not a 4.5. I think you gave it a 4.5 on
Yeah, I gave
Letterboxd.
it a 4.5. It's not perfect.
It's like a yeah.
It's got its problems. It's not perfect, but I loved it, and it triggered that little thing again. We talked about this with the other Spider-Man movies we reviewed. It just triggered that little 6-year-old in my brain because
Yeah.
it's like Spider-Man is on. Like I posted it. I posted a thing that I said Marvel should just ditch every other project and just make Spider-Man movies. And you can put other characters in there. I don't care. But just make Spider-Man movies because you do these right. Like this is what I want.
Well, that's fair. Look, if the whole thing was there's another Spider-Man movie with additional characters in it, I'd be all in all the time.
Also, the Black Widow cameo, like the more Florence Pugh I get in my life, the better.
Yeah.
And that scene is very funny. Also, the comedy in this, it took a step forward because it has actual like funny moments, not like Marvel funny moments where they're like, did he just do that?
Yeah, yeah. There's nobody who's like
that just happened.
He's right behind me, isn't he? There's none of that shit.
Exactly. No, the jokes in the movie are
yeah. There's actually
funny.
jokes. There's actually
Yeah.
jokes.
Bernthal is, and we talked about this in the accountant too. Bernthal actually has underrated comedic value. Like he's very good as like a straight man. He's and Bernthal like with his like I'm sick of Spider-Man's bullshit through the whole movie always had me smiling. Like he's very funny in the movie
Yeah,
because that is
he's
his
great.
role in the movie. He's just like this fucking guy. Like again, and I don't want to. I'm not going to spoil anything, but Nate will know what I'm talking about. The very end, the movie with Punisher.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's great. It's very good.
Killed me.
And
Anyway,
that was a good emotional like
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
a heartstring pluck too.
I'll just end on this. I wish that every Marvel project, because I know that Doomsday isn't going to be like this. I wish every Marvel project had the thought and heart that went into this movie because it actually felt like people were writing this movie. I do agree with you, Nate, that there is like the Marvel stuff where you got to tie it in, but like to me, it still felt like this is a movie that like people spent time and it wasn't
No, it's
just
like
a
it's
checkbox.
a movie ass movie with like themes and intentions and like it's establishing and following through.
And in a few months we're gonna get Doomsday, which is gonna be bad, and I'm gonna be pissed off because they're gonna ruin Doctor Doom, and I'm like,
It's gonna be a sizzle reel of things, probably.
Anyway, but yeah, I'm glad you liked it, Nate.
Yeah. It was
Like
fun.
I said,
It's fun ride.
I'm like a Spider-Man nerd. I mean I like the last one, and I know everybody didn't really care for that one, but again, I just love Spider-Man. I can't help it.
Who
He's
didn't
a
like that one?
Spider-Man. He crushes people with his whips. Sean didn't like it.
Oh.
Because he
I
doesn't
didn't
like
see
fun.
it. I don't care.
You didn't see? I thought you did see it.
No, I just wanted to ruin it for people.
All right. Speaking of ruining things, let's talk about Star Wars.
Talk about Nate's favorite movie.
Yeah,
Let's
we can
talk
talk about
about
my favorite movie
Revenge
now.
of the Sith. So I want to point this out. So while watching this movie, I was like, "Oh my god, this fucking dialogue is so bad. I'm going to write down every horrible piece of dialogue." I gave up and I threw my notebook on the floor. I would literally be writing down every line of dialogue.
The dialogue's not good in the movie.
It's not that it's not good. It is painfully bad. And
I,
oh my God, George
I have
Lucas, like, go ahead. Sorry,
I have a
I'll shut up.
confession. No, you're fine. This is the first Star Wars movie I did not look forward to watching, like when it came out, because
Yeah.
the second one was so
Oh,
bad.
sure, yeah.
I was
I, do
oh,
you
I don't think this is gonna
guys
be very good.
do you guys remember I remember this very vividly, but I remember like being like after episode one, the initial I we talked about this, but when I left episode one, when I was whatever, 18, 19, whenever that movie came out, I was like, oh, that was pretty good. And then it like washed over me. I'm like, oh, this movie kind of sucks. But then I was like, when the trailer for episode two came out, I'm like, oh, they're gonna fix it.
Well,
This is gonna,
I gave episode one a weird break
yeah,
because
me too.
no, well, because specifically because I saw The Matrix like several days after. I'm like, oh, it's not that Star Wars is bad. It's just that The Matrix is so good.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I think we all did that. I think we all hyped ourselves up, and then there was
But
the
yeah,
issue of
but
like
after,
that had to have been okay, right? Like
Well, no,
it
well,
wouldn't exist.
we wanted it to be good. It had
Yeah,
Star Wars attached to it. We weren't, this is at the time, it was the fourth Star Wars movie ever
and
made,
we were but children still.
and we were idiots.
Though legally adults, we were but children.
Yeah.
Our duodenums or whatever hadn't fully what have you, or like,
Weirdly, now that I think about it, weirdly, the prequel trilogy kind of had the same track as the sequel trilogy. It's like the first one we pretended we liked and then didn't. We all hated the second one, and nobody wanted to see the third one.
still
Yeah,
haven't. I still have not seen episode
Neither have
9.
I.
it's bad. I saw it
Yeah,
in
it's
the
not
theater
good.
like an
It's
idiot.
I also did, and
I
it
don't know
is
why.
atrociously terrible. I think the same reason that you just posited for seeing episode two. Like I think they'll fix this. Like,
Well,
okay,
I guess
J.J.
like
Abrams is back, so maybe they'll do something. And then it's like, oh no, you're not doing anything at all.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
here's the deal.
First the dough.
Episode 1, right? There was so much hype around it. Like I got dressed up, painted up, went to the theater. People were waiting for tickets, like getting the tickets for that.
Oh yeah,
The hype
I was
up,
in line at midnight to go to that movie.
the hype up beforehand of the re-release of the original trilogy with like the super versions, which in retrospect was fucking stupid. Like all this stuff. Like we were just like we were led down this primrose path of like, hell yeah, Star Wars, we back, baby. We so fucking back.
We back.
Right. And then we go to the movie theater together, like in en masse, and we have a good time. Right. And then
Yeah,
we're like,
because
okay, and like
the
and like the
experience in the
vibes
theater
were
was like nothing else. A bunch of people cheering and roaring and clapping, and
dude,
like
the
I've never
vibes
gone
were
to a movie where people have been that excited since.
Yeah,
dude,
that's
dude,
true.
the
That is
I'm a
very
vibes
fan
true.
of
were the
Fred.
vibes were tremendous, and the vibes kind of gave it a pass, right? And then I saw episode 2. That was in college, and it was with a bunch of my buddies from Maryland, and we had a great time going to the theater together. And like we had a it was an awesome night. Like in retrospect, episode 2 was the worst part of that night, but like in the moment, I was like having a good time. Like once again, tremendous vibes. I forget where I was when I saw episode 3, but I remember like seeing it and going, okay, this is like this is the darkest, most sinister one of these. And I was trying to be like, oh, that's edgy and fun. Um, and then yeah, like it's just I think, and then we were just inundated with you went from 1983, right? There
Yeah.
was a 16-year hiatus
Yep.
of no Star Wars anything. And then from 1999 until now, it has just been the floodgates are open
Yeah.
and it's just schlock.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, and you don't even have time to enjoy the experience of like the communal, like, let's get, because it's just like, it's one after the other. It's like, who gives a, like, who could give
Yeah.
a shit? How could you even find the time to get together with your friends to go see these movies
Oh,
or shows?
I don't know
that
how
come out?
anybody did like they watched all of Obi-Wan and then they watched all of Ahsoka and then they watched all of the whatever. Like
Like I feel like Rogue One, I went to the movies with people to see. I think
think
some
we
of us
went.
probably saw it
Yeah.
together, and like
Yeah, we did.
that was great. But even then, it was kind of like even then we were a little battle weary. We're like,
Yeah.
right? Like episode 1 was awesome. culturally, even though the movie sucks shit.
But I didn't feel
Yeah.
like it sucked shit when I left the theater. It took
No,
a while.
but I think that
Yeah,
was
it
the
took a while.
vibes. That was the
Yeah, I
vibes.
agree.
Like,
Yeah, it's the thrill
Freaking
of it's the thrill of getting another hit after so many
Right.
years without, right? Like
Right.
because otherwise we only had those two Ewok movies that
Yeah,
aren't
and like
actually movies, but
to
they were
that
a
to
Star Wars thing that
to
existed.
that point also, like I took my grandmother to see episode one, and it was like special to her too. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that, like it to
Yeah.
Gogs's point, like it matters. Like it's like what Star Wars meant to you, like growing up, because
Like just
you were without it for so long.
just try to explain to some, maybe with like Endgame it happened. I don't recall because I don't watch like regular TV like that. But like that people news stories, like for 3 days, every local news spot was like, look
Yeah.
at these freaks out at Star Wars. What are you waiting for? Well, who are you dressed up as? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That kind of like cultural impact just doesn't really exist anymore.
you don't.
No.
Then nothing does it anymore. Like, I don't know what.
I mean, I think Sean's right there. The closest thing, like Avengers, well, the first one was Endgame, right? Like that was
Yeah.
a big moment. And
The
honestly,
first one was Infinity War.
Infinity War. Those
Yeah.
two movies, Infinity War and Endgame, were pretty big. Like that was a pretty close to that moment. And to their credit, like they kind of like those that they paid off. Not to you guys, but I mean, but like
I liked
no stakes.
I like Infinity War.
Yeah,
like
I'm just saying. I'm just
But,
saying,
like,
like
it's
that's
just-
the closest thing. But even that doesn't.
But
compare
even
to
then, you were still given a Marvel movie every year, like
Yeah.
it was Madden. Like every year, you knew there was a new one coming out, and then same thing, right? Once we get on the other side of Thanos being deposed, the floodgates are open.
They
Hence
haven't.
why
They haven't known what to do since. That's
no,
the
but
problem.
like hence
yeah.
why you're so excited about this Spider-Man movie, and TJ wants bring me more movies of Spider-Man because like you are sifting through the treacle to get to just like something that's even relatively nuanced and enjoyable and like a real movie. Like we're just being, and that's like why like Obsession was great.
Yeah.
And that's like why like Companion was cool, and like why these movies that like why we are longing for stuff that's new because we are just being like fed like the first Assassin's Creed. I was like, hell yeah. Second one, I was like, this is pretty good. By the fifth one, I was like, oh my god, like
Yeah,
fucking
true.
do something else. Like, and that's all. Once media figures out what sells, they're just gonna keep churning it out because
That's why
it's
you gotta
lazy.
not buy Madden anymore. Not that it
Right.
matters.
No.
Do you know the whole thing that like the NFL won't let EA stop having an exclusive license? Like EA has
Yeah,
tried
I
to be
heard
like, no,
about
let
that.
other people make official games, and the NFL's like,
Now,
no.
Fun fact: EA is owned by the Saudis now, so that's
Yeah.
cool.
And Jared Kushner.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Love that.
So
Anyway, let's talk about episode 3. Jesus Christ.
A movie that did not have the build-up that episode 1 had going into it.
No, and this movie starts off with, I would arguably say, a half an hour that could be cut from the movie because this opening takes fucking
here's
forever.
my kind of like my critique of the movie writ large, besides like everything technically that's wrong with it, is that it was like, George, what happens in this movie? Well, Anakin becomes Darth Vader. Okay, great. And then what? And what else? What do you mean, what else? Like, that's it. Like, it's
No,
2
like-
hours and 15 minutes of like farting around.
But it's not even like I mean, we don't need to go into like a beat
We don't have
Yes, we do.
for episode
You're here.
Yes, we do.
movie
You haven't been on
opens.
You haven't been on the show in
War.
It's war, baby.
Good
They
God,
have
y'all.
the Galactic Republic, which had no standing army, turns out, until they decided to take a bunch of Jangos and jack them off into soup and make more Jangos. They're dealing with separatists. What are separatists?
Dogs,
I don't know.
I did have a question from the last movie that I was hoping you would be able to answer,
Yeah.
because like they didn't have an army. So where did all the equipment come from? Did they make that all secretly too, or did that exist somewhere else for no reason?
For whom? Who?
For the clone, all the fucking tanks and
Oh, you
fighter
know what?
jets
Like,
and all
I
that
guess
shit.
I guess that they asked the Kaminoans to just slap together some fucking.
This is the
Star
same problem
Destroyers.
for the two of you who have not seen it. This is the same problem with Rise of Skywalker, where somehow,
yeah.
because the Emperor is back, there's also a massive Star Destroyer like
Bro,
armada that comes out of nowhere.
Dude, they made a fuck that noise. Like the new Sith or the fucking galactic, the New World Order,
The First
NWO.
Republic.
No, whatever. No, what were they called? What were they called?
The First
ones-
Order.
The
The
First
First
Order.
Order.
The First Order made a planet gun in secret. Like, what are we doing?
No,
like,
no.
Well, like at least from what I understand in that Rise of Skywalker, they just buried all the ships like a dog.
Yeah,
But like in this movie,
it's just as stupid. Yeah, that's exactly what they
well,
did.
yeah, but in these movies they did not exist, so they just all of a sudden were completely kitted out with like a galactic level because they are
here's the other problem, right?
thousands of planets.
Thousands. Here's the deal. You and watching, and I watched episode 1 even though it wasn't on the show. It's a 0. That movie sucks shit. No, I take it back. It's a 1. It's a 1.
0 is a crazy score for episode 1.
Yeah, it's an episode 1. It is jarring to see that movie and then go right into episode 3 when you've got, I think, effectively like 10, 12 years of time has passed, right? So like
something like that.
Spoiler alert, Gogs, nothing happens in episode 2, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but I mean like effectively from the end of episode 1 until episode 3, the Republic has been at war, right? Like so the separatists are like, the dog is being wagged. So there's like time to spin up. Here's one of the things that pissed me off at episode 3 is like at the end, you've got CGI Grand Moff Tarkin and Vader looking at the superstructure for the Death Star, which won't be operational for another 20 years. Like, shouldn't it have just been Grand Moff Tarkin like rolling out some blueprints like on like a conference table?
Or here's a thought, just don't show it at all. How about that?
Well, the question is how many time jumps happen at the end of that.
But I mean, like, doesn't matter how many.
It ends with how do we connect all these ends to the other ends because they have to, and that's stupid because that's not how movies work.
Like,
we were there,
George Lucas arguably is the worst person at connecting the dots because that's the problem with this whole trilogy. Because like the shit he comes up with contradicts the shit that's in the other movies. It's fucking.
But isn't it cool that Joel Everyman is Uncle Owen?
Is Owen? Sure.
No.
And
no, it's not.
I guess Uncle Owen was the slave brother of Shimmy Skywalker.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that right?
Or he's Obi-Wan's brother.
He was
no. Pause. Joel Shmi Skywalker marries some jagoff in Tatooine.
That's right. In episode 2.
Yeah. Correct. And that is his son. So that would make him and Anakin stepbrothers, I guess.
Wait. Pause.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
He's married when he
How
goes
does she
back.
get so much artistic liberty as
That's why in episode 2 they go mess up the Catalina wine mixer.
Yeah.
Why didn't, and this is my problem with episode 1, I'm going into this. At some point, like the Jedi, like, first of all, if they're like the only like space cops there are, right? They show up to a planet with slavery and they're trying to like liberate this like magic Jesus.
We talked about this.
Why do they just be like, you know what? We're just gonna take the mom. And what the fuck are you gonna do about it? We are space samurai wizards.
This only proves your point that you don't listen to the shows that you're not on because we talked specifically about this.
But you're right.
Well, this movie starts off too. We don't have to do the plot beat for beat, I guess, because we're just going to.
I'll rip it. Ready? Here we go.
Okay, go ahead.
They fucking it's war, right? And somehow, but not somehow, because he just made it happen. Palpatine got kidnapped by the Trade Federation / Separatist Army /
Have you ever seen a guy look less kidnapped than he does?
I know.
Here's your throne.
Because this is like one of my biggest problems with the scene because like. He's so comically evil through the whole movie, and everybody's like, "Oh, like he's the bad guy." Like, bro, like he's cheering on like Obi-Wan getting hit. Like they literally cut to him at one point, and he's like, "Yeah," and it's like it's so bad.
Yeah. Like I was like, who left that in?
Right? Like they cut to it. Also, these action, like I was just talking about, great action sequences in the Spider-Man movie. Also, I forgot to mention, the stunt choreographers in the Spider-Man movie. they worked for Jackie Chan. They come from Jackie Chan's like stunt school, which is
Sick.
super cool.
That needs to be a T-shirt.
The
But,
action scenes, I don't know if this is what you're going to say, but like I
I'm
noticed this
sure it is.
for the first time. They're so close
Yes,
together.
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
it's like it looks awkward with the lightsabers. Like it just looks uncomfortable.
Well, the thing, it's so frustrating, and we've said this in the last one. Like this movie, like again, like if you just put another director at the helm of this movie, I think it would have been better because between
I mean, it would have to be.
the actors are given like no direction. You can tell because they're given the worst dialogue I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like literally, like Birdemic level fucking dialogue.
Did you not know that Sith Lords were his speciality?
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! You thought that was in the first one too. I remember we talked about that. But the action scenes are so
How is Sith
flat.
Lord your specialty if you've only met one?
Correct.
But their action scenes are shot so flat, and if you think about it, like you got these fucking robots that got these electric rods and all this other shit. You got lightsabers. Like, that should be cool as hell. But it's just shot in this like just blank, like flat, like nothing. There's nothing dynamic about it. It's not lit. It's not lit particularly well.
It's probably a function of like there's nothing actually there or
Yeah.
is
No, that's the thing, is
representing
everything's
it.
a CGI set, so they have to just shoot things wide so that nothing has to move relative to the movement of the people.
And there's no like even like you think about something like Empire Strikes Back, right? The lightsaber fight between Vader and Luke looks great. It's very dark and it's got like a lot of contrast and
backlit, and it's
like not like the most like choreographed thing you've ever seen, but it looks amazing. And like this is just like everything looks like it's shot in like a fucking office. Like it's all just this like middle light. It's just so flat and boring. And like, yeah, they're like swinging lightsabers around all the place, but it's like I don't give a fuck about anything. All these robots, like we talked about it in episode 1. These robots are just fodder. Like nothing is phasing the Jedi at all. It's go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, so
this episode is maybe 4 hours long.
No, so they show
Sean
up.
was right. I'm gonna print my t-shirt.
Also, not for nothing, this suffers from the same fucking tone problem as the first one because it's like this scene and then the scene where Anakin, he has to be brave and go save the one clone after 12 billion of them got blown up.
Right.
Like they're having this deathly serious decapitation fight while R2 is like slipping around on oil and like falling all over the place. Like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
No,
I think
also,
that's the problem.
The intro like space battle is completely useless, and then you have these weird like robots that are like electrocuting the fucking like the spaceship, and it's like all this is just so like nothing. Like you literally
the cannonball would be more effective.
Yeah,
Right.
The space battle in the beginning has the same problem as the Goongas versus the Trade Federation. It's like I don't understand the geography and I don't understand what the objective is. We're just kind of doing stuff.
Yeah, and also like Anakin, like to your point, Anakin's like, oh, I got to save this clone, but like I don't know, thousands of these clones have died. Like, why does he care? Like, I don't know. Like, it's.
I think because I enjoy the opening part of the movie because of them being buddies,
This movie?
sort of thing.
It's
Yeah, I
your
do.
favorite movie.
It is my favorite movie canonically. I don't like
Citizen
I don't
Kane.
like the buzz droids. I don't like R2 flying around. I don't like Palpatine chewing the scenery. I don't mind like Ewan McGregor. I like Ewan McGregor in this movie. I think he's doing
It feels like he's finally figuring out what he's doing with the character like way too late.
Yeah,
I
but
agree with that.
the thing
What
that bumps
does
me out is
Chunky
that like
do?
this should have if the second movie was
You had all
the
summer.
Clone Wars and them fighting side by side and this movie was them falling apart, you would have had an emotional arc.
I
But that
completely
doesn't
agree.
happen.
But this movie does the bullshit that like bad movies do, where like they like try to establish like a rapport between the two of them because they're like, well, remember what happened on Goofa 4? And they're
Exactly.
like, no, we don't bring up Goofa
Yeah, they
4.
went there. They turned into fucking Lethal Weapon for a second.
But like
and
Nate's 100% right. Like you needed the Clone Wars to actually be the Clone Wars, and I know for the fucking if there's any goddamn Star Wars nerds that listen, I
The
know
TV
the
show exists and it's good.
The cartoon was great, but like I don't give a fuck about the cartoon. The movies are the movies. Give me it in a fucking movie form.
I do think the cartoons make this movie better, but that doesn't make the movie good.
Right. I don't
It's
care.
not
I
how
don't
it
need to
works.
do homework before I watch a movie. The thing is, you wasted like an hour. You could have fit that shit in the fucking last movie and you didn't. And then this one, it's like, well, you got to watch the cartoon. I'm not watching the fucking cartoon. Fuck you.
Gogs, I'm pulling you into this because we had this kind of discussion about the first movie, and it's even worse this movie. How is just Palpatine, like, or I guess him and Count Dooku or whoever his one apprentice is, how are they clouding the minds of the entire Jedi fucking force
I
that is
don't
like
fucking
roughly
know.
The
thousands
Jedi-
of
Like
people?
these dinkuses, like
The
should be able to
Jedi
like
in this
somebody
are
should be able to go
idiots.
like they should have been like, and maybe it's just maybe it's an unintentional commentary on their hubris. They're like, there's no way that
A
someone could
better
have,
movie would do that. But
like
yeah,
there's no way
Yeah.
they couldn't have rotten this apple from the core. We're here now. But like, no, it's fucking why is
there's a
this Sith only two
yeah.
ever?
We
Like you
talk yeah.
can't like I could kill two people. Like
Well, well, there's a part like I said this in the last episode, but like the Jedi powers are so like inconsistent, it's unreal. There's a part in this opening scene that really bothered me, and it's a minor thing, but it's death by a thousand cuts with this fucking movie. There's a part where Anakin drops into an elevator with Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan pulls his fucking lightsaber on him, and he's like, "Oh, it's you." Bitch, I thought you people could fucking sense each other. Why are you pulling your lightsaber on him? Like, that's not how this shit
Well,
works.
Yoda can sense people from like millions of miles away.
Yeah.
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 this
Anyway.
is yeah, so anyway,
So they get to the fucking hangar.
They-
They fight fucking
they fight Dooku.
Darth.
Count Doo-Doo.
They fight Count Dooku. Count Dooku gets his hands cut off and then his head cut off.
6 different
Do
hands
it.
get cut off in this movie. 6 hands and 2 legs.
Also, Obi-Wan gets kind of hit by scaffolding, but not really. Which is
The
hilarious.
effect of his
Yeah.
body being moved by the scaffolding falling is
yeah, it was so
the
weird.
worst.
He's like just
Also,
Yeah,
like, kinda
it
like
falls
squeeze
down
him
and then
a
it
little.
slides him
Honestly-
across like he's a doll.
but also
I think they had a collision detection issue. Like the
Yeah.
collision mapping is incorrect because when they go to move him, he's like not being touched by the thing at all.
yeah, it's
Mm.
really bad. Also, to my point about Palpatine being evil as possible, Obi-Wan is literally just knocked out, and like he's like, leave him, he's dead. And it's
Fuck
like,
him.
bro, like what the fuck? Like at that point, Anakin is like literally the stupidest person I've ever seen in the world. Because like at that point, he should have been like, that's kind of weird. You just want me to like leave my fucking master just to
Huh.
die on this
Yeah.
spaceship.
When we're rescuing you.
What an odd thing to say.
Right, yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So yeah, they escape and then they have like a fucking crash landing. This scene is boring as fuck. Like
Dude, they
it's like
crash land a ship in the atmosphere that shouldn't fly. Doesn't matter.
well, also
there's,
like their
There's
ship is like
firefighter drones that are
their
like
ship is like massive. Like that ship would have caused like space 9/11. Like they just like like they're coming in like I don't know 1,000,000,000 miles an hour. Like they hit the planet at light speed, but like it's fine. It's not that big a deal.
yeah, it should have
They're
been
all-
an extinction level event, but they just
and
sort
then
of slid
and
it
then
in.
Obi-Wan is like got his stupid George Lucas joke up another successful landing. Like oh,
It
fucking
is
kill me.
interesting that it seems no one has been evacuated from the city that is directly
Bro,
below the massive
like
space battle.
whoever was in that airport like tower got fucking
Oh, yeah.
zapped. Like
Yeah.
that thing.
I did
can't-
clock that. I was like, oh, we need air traffic control still with space stuff?
Space
can't
traffic
remember-
control.
I can't remember what science. It's an old science fiction book I read, but they explain how the spaceships in this science fiction universe were so big that they couldn't build them on the planet. They had to build them in
That makes
space.
sense.
And,
I
like,
think
that's-
that's Star Trek.
Is it
Yeah.
Star Trek? Yeah. Like that's kind of what Star Wars is, but like no, these things just go right back into the planet. It's no big deal. Like it's like, these things are massive. Like,
Right.
anyway.
So anyway, they save Palpatine. Palpatine's like, yay, and everybody's like, all right. And then they're like, okay, well now, what are we
Oh,
gonna
can
do?
we
Okay,
briefly touch on
Shami's-
how they I'm sorry, Gogs. I know you're getting mad. How they de-Chinese the fucking Nemoidians because that guy's accent is
Kinda.
noticeably less.
This also has my favorite part where it towards the end there's a Nemoidian that some reason sounds like the Mortal Kombat guy because he's like there's gonna be an attack and it's like you never hear him in the rest of the movie and I
How
think it's
are the
ADR.
Nemoidians so stupid and they're in charge of all trade? Like they are dumb as hell.
Yeah, they're
Are
real
they in
bad.
charge of all trade? Like
They are
they're
the
nobody-
Trade Federation.
Right, but I mean, is that like everything?
Sean, I think
Sir.
to continue with
All the planets
Lucas,
are one biome. All the
to
trade
continue with
federations are one
Lucas's
trade federation.
continued ripping off of Dune. I think they're supposed to
They're
be
the
like
Spacing
Chom.
Guild.
They're
Oh.
Chom.
Yeah.
They're Chom. I think that's what they're supposed to be.
Yeah, they are in charge of all trade because they are the trade federation. That's how this works. They wouldn't be allowed to be called that if they weren't in charge of all trade.
I do
All
love
right.
that. Yeah, they're dumb because someone says Darth Vader will be by to take care of you in the most like
But
you're
they're
gonna
always just-
die
they're
way,
always
and they're
just
like, huh? I wonder
They're
if he's
always just
bringing us
looking at each
cupcakes.
other. They're always just looking at each other, saying the stupidest shit. Like they're most like, "Oh, this is a bad." It's like, okay, great.
I have a question. Like, are those names like the Darth names, all the Sith names? Do they mean something in whatever language they're galactic basic, or is it just for the audience to know they're bad? Because like, if they're like, "Hey, Anakin, have you ever heard of Darth Plagueis or Darth Tyrannus?" It's like, I don't know, but that guy sounds
He
bad.
sounds
Or
well.
am
It's the red letter thing, like Commander Bone to Pick.
I mean, I think they're all. I mean, like obviously, Darth is a Sith Lord title, right? I don't know if there's any like in all the video games and media. It's
I'll
always
give George
Darth.
Lucas credit, but Darth sounds cool as shit.
Darth
Like that's
does sound cool.
fantastic. Like Darth sounds cool as hell.
You had Darth Revan and Darth. Who's the other
Who
guy?
is the who is
Darth
the who
Nihilus
is
is God's
Nihilus?
favorite.
that's the one
like
that's held together by hate.
yeah.
Yeah,
That guy
Nihilus.
rocks.
Yeah,
Those
Nihilus.
games were great.
Wait, was it
They
Revan?
were
It
good.
was Revan who was held together by hate, right?
No, Revan was you.
Revan
You're
was
Revan.
you.
Yeah.
It's got to be your
Spoilers
bull.
for KOTOR.
KOTOR
anyway.
is fucking sick. Play KOTOR. Those games are
KOTOR
great.
dope.
weren't they supposed to release a remake of it and then they just got
Yeah, and they
shelved?
canceled it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they canceled.
But anyway,
Fucking
so
sucks.
so Dooku gets his dick and his arms and his head cut off, and he could have just like at one point he could just like
Cut his dick
when
off.
fucking Sidious was sitting there going, "Kill him." Don't you think if I was him, I'm just saying, like if I'm Count Dooku, I'm go, that guy's bad. Like just before
Right. Yeah, I totally agree though. You're right though. Like at what point like why like Sidious
Or just
there's
like whimper like master, and then Anakin has to overlook
Well,
that very
that's
obvious
the
clue.
thing, though. That's another thing about that scene because Dooku looks at Sidious like, "What are you doing?" And like Anakin's just like, "I don't care." Like Anakin is the dumbest. Like again, this movie is written. I said this to Sean. Like this movie is written by an idiot. This is a stupid movie written by an idiot for babies. Like this movie is the dumbest fucking movie I've ever seen. Like literally every.
Now, this is my favorite movie. Be careful.
Every single scene. I love you, Nate. We've had our disagreements in the past.
No, we're
And you're a very intelligent guy. Smarter than me, and more handsome. But
Oh.
like this movie, every single
Take
scene
your
you
hog.
could pick apart something that's just like, why did you fucking do that?
Because
But hold on. Let's keep moving. So
Yeah,
they get
let's
to the
keep moving.
planet, and then we get to possibly the cringiest part of the fucking movie where you have the Anakin and Padme scene where she's like, "I'm pregnant," and
No,
Anakin
hang on.
there's a scene that works.
Before
that,
you get there,
I want to.
they
Oh,
have to
sorry.
stand in a doorway of a subway for 45 minutes arguing about who's going to go meet the politicians. Like,
Oh, that's
why?
where they talk about, well, I saved you in Buka 4
Yeah.
and yeah,
right,
yeah,
but that's also where like I don't know. I think Ewan McGregor carries this movie more than anything else, and that's probably my fault because
Sure.
I think he's charming, and I
I
think that
like
what
Ewan
he
McGregor.
does
it's not his fault. He's the best actor in the movie.
big
like,
penis side
because that scene he's like, hey, you go enjoy your time. Like I feel like that's the most human moment in the movie thus far.
I
Where
mean, he's
like
carrying it in the way that like Peyton Hillis in his third season was averaging 1.3 yards a carry. I mean, they're giving him the ball. They're not really going anywhere.
yeah,
but,
yeah.
like-
And he's gonna blow out his knees doing it.
I mean, there's
Feel for
scenes
him.
there's scenes later in the film where Ewan McGregor's like putting in the work. Like I'm not mad at him. Like,
No, I mean because the movie doesn't make any sense. Don't get me wrong. Like I
And I'm,
don't.
like,
I'm
not
not
mad
here to
at- I'm not
advocate
mad
for the
at-
movie being good or making
I'm not
sense.
mad at Christopher Lee. I'm not even mad at the guy that like one of the only people that's really acting, even though he's like over the top, is whoever's playing Palpatine. I'm like,
Ian McDiarmid.
this guy's doing some shit at least.
I mean, he's
like,
having a great time.
he's having
but-
a great time.
and
Oh.
it's funny enough because he's the only one that feels like he understands that he's in the dumbest fucking movie ever made.
Right.
Because like, I mean,
So anyway,
Yeah.
They're like, all right, well, let's go talk to the Senate. Let's go talk to the council. Who gives a fuck? Okay, cool. All right, well, look, the separatists are going to be out on Goofy What's-Its, and we got a word about General Grievous, who's maybe a robot, but maybe a bug, and maybe not, and who knows anymore.
Also,
Okay.
I'm just gonna say this: General Grievous, really good design. Like he's a cool looking character, completely wasted in this movie. Like because he's like a robot that's like wheezing and like it's
He's
kind
a
of neat.
cyborg.
Like-
He's a
Oh, he's
fucking
like a-
Alex Murphy.
He's a RoboCop too.
Yeah,
Yep.
his heart is exposed to the elements effectively because when Obi-Wan finally clips him with a
Yeah, he
pistol and not a
shoots him in the
lightsaber,
chest, yeah.
he explodes him. He explodes his heart with a laser
His
rifle.
eye sockets burn out. It is horrifying.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, but he's cool. Like I'm not
But
gonna
also-
lie,
but
General Grievous is
again-
pretty cool.
Again, this is like just Lucas, like, oh, I don't know. I thought that I put these stripes on here. That's pretty neat because it's like this guy's commanding the Separatist army, but nobody knows who he is until this movie. Knows like, wait a minute, where's this guy been
Yeah.
for the last?
He wasn't
12
in the
years?
second one.
No, he's
No.
not the second one. And
Oh.
that's the other,
He's in
and
the
that's the
cartoon
real
show.
thing of like, yeah,
He's in
the
the cartoon
rewrite,
show.
like the second movie needed to be just the Clone Wars actually happening.
Oh, like in my,
And the
in
whole
my
thing could have been
headcanon,
cool.
like Grievous was introduced in 2, but not resolved
think
in
so.
2.
No,
No, I think
Dooku's the only one who's introduced in 2 and resolved in 3.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
they fucking send Obi-Wan to go do that, and then Palpatine's like, I want to have my own personal Jedi. They're like, all right, cool. Well, then you will be that guy. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, then you're gonna sit on the Jedi Council. All right.
One
cool.
thing we've skipped
But
is
you're not gonna be
Padme's
the
like,
master.
hey, buddy,
Padme's
I'm
like,
pregnant.
yeah. She's like, you
Yeah,
blasted in. He's like,
I mean,
hell
you
yeah.
also you didn't forget where he's like they have this weird. I think Lucas thinks this is his like Shakespearean dialogue where they're like standing on a balcony and
I'm so in
he's
love
like,
with you. That's
I'm
just
so in
It's
love
only
with you.
because I'm so in love with you.
Yeah.
But
Are,
like, even
are you blinded by love? No. Like, what the fuck am I?
well,
Like,
even
what
to
is this?
TJ's point about how like nothing makes sense and like contradicts itself. They contradict themselves in the same scene because when she sees him, she has I have wonderful news. I'm pregnant. 2 seconds later, she's like, "This is horrible. What are we gonna do?" Like, wait, what?
The best acted part of that scene is that like there is a split second where Hayden Christensen looks like a guy who literally just found out his girlfriend is pregnant and is fucking floored by it.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I think Natalie Portman's pretty good in this too for what she can do, right? Like the next scene is bad, but what is she supposed to do
Nate,
with this movie?
you sound like a genocide apologist at this point.
Natalie Portman is an actress.
George Lucas doesn't have the right to self-determination.
I think Natalie Portman is a good actress, and these
I love
sometimes.
Natalie Portman.
these 3 movies, she is. Dog
I
shit.
will defend her a little bit because no one is given anything to work with.
I'm not saying it's her fault.
The
Like, she's been-
dialogue that scene on the balcony is so painful, and it just feels like they're reading. Like I can imagine them, and knowing Lucas, he probably did it in one take because he's just like, "I'm fucking gonna take a shit." Like I don't care. Like it sounds like they just they're reading the dialogue and they're just saying it. Like there's no inflection. There's no like again like a better scene would like kind of like show more of their emotion, but they're literally just like they're like robots. Like George Lucas, it's funny, he came out recently and said that he doesn't have any problem with AI and like AI filmmaking. Well, no shit, dude, because
That
you've
makes
already
sense.
like you wrote AI before AI. Because it just seems like they're just like, I'm so in love with you. Does that mean you're blinded by love? Ha 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 ha. No,
Well,
it's
like,
because I'm so in love with you. Like, who the fuck talks like that?
You could very easily fix this scene where she's like, "I'm pregnant, I'm scared." They don't really talk, and then they're just kind of wistfully looking at each other. It's like, what are we gonna do? And then cut the scene. But George Lucas is like, I never put this together, but he's like Kevin Smith because nobody can shut the fuck up. Like they have to know
Yeah, no, that's
what they're
fair.
doing the entire time.
Better movie. She goes to Obi-Wan first, and she's like, I need to get a space
Well,
abortion.
Honestly, well, no, but that does lead into the end of the movie because Anakin thinks there's like some fucking love triangle between him, Anakin, or him, Obi-Wan, and Portman.
Based on absolutely nothing.
Padme, and nothing. There's nothing.
Nothing.
And when that comes up, it's like, what are you talking about? Like, again, a better movie would have some kind of tension between the 3 of them. But this movie's not interested in characters. It's I don't know what it's interested in getting their fucking.
Just have Obi-Wan be like really good friends with Padme for some
that's
reason.
What I'm saying. Like,
they're closer in age,
like,
probably.
This movie is structured like like Lucas just wants to get it over with. Like it's weird because it takes forever to get to do anything, but he's rushing through every like emotional part of this movie. Is just like, but then it's like, well, we got to have this fucking Grievous fight. We got to have this fight, and then, like all these fights look like shit. But like, hey, then the movie's over, and then I can fucking go home and fucking drive my Alfa Romeo around and take David Lynch to get salads. I don't know.
Yeah, you know,
I mean, I like salad.
I like salad.
Like, the good version of the movie. They get there after they crash the spaceship. They don't crash it at all. There's some other normal way that they get down to the planet. Anakin goes off with the Senate, and Obi-Wan is talking to Padme, and Obi-Wan being a more attuned Jedi senses that she's fucking pregnant because there's two Force-attuned babies in her belly.
Also, thank you.
And
wait a second. There's another thing. Why the fuck didn't they sense that she was fucking pregnant? They could sense everything else.
Yeah, they are. It is way tedious that they are surprised that they are twins at the end. They're like, twins?
They also
Instead
didn't know
of
that
all
she
this
was her, like, in the first movie. How does Qui-Gon Jinn not see through, like, the fucking Padme ruse, like, before they go to the gun?
We talked about that. Yeah, we think he knew the whole time.
No, because the way he looks, he's like, "Oh, I'll be damned." Like he didn't give a little rib nudge, like I told you. He gave a look of genuine shock.
Also, you can solve a lot of this, like we put you on the council, but not that. You're a provisional member or whatever. All they got to do is be like, they won't let him on the council, and then Palpatine's like, well, I'll just make you a senator. I'm in charge of everything, and then you could have Anakin fuck everything up in the Senate.
Yeah, Senator Anakin.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, he could become the senator.
This movie is impossible to talk about because literally every scene is a fucking mess.
Okay, let's just like
let's go.
So anyway,
go
fucking war happens. Grievous gets cut to ribbons. He gets his heart blown up.
Pause real quick.
Look, we can't keep pausing. Can we just?
I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause. We're gonna do this till fucking tomorrow. I don't care. This scene again, talking about every time that stupid animal that Obi-Wan was riding was making that weird like echoing sound. Like I fucking hated it. Like shut that fucking thing up. Like it's so annoying.
It reminds me of mourning doves. It doesn't bother me that much.
Why was that the stealthiest way to move around a tree person?
Oh, that's fair.
I don't know. They don't have an elevator or like stairs or something. Like not this like colossal beast climbing up the side of a mountain.
It's like he was riding around a fucking pallbearer. Oh,
and also like the bark man that he was talking to looked like one of the guys from Dark City, like one of the like
he totally did. Yeah.
Like, not for nothing. Like I know we have to make the movie a certain length, but why do we have to follow? Why did it take Obi-Wan like legit 40 minutes to get off of that planet?
Yes.
Like you spend so much time with him dicking around there. Like I forgot he was still there. They cut back to it. And he's like,
this fight scene between him and Grievous should be cool as shit because Grievous has got like 6 arms and 6 lightsabers. It should be cool, but it's terrible. It's so boring.
Well, they get rid of the cool part almost right away to have him scamper off like a little bug man.
It's so boring. Like
it's over in a flash.
That's like my biggest problem. Well, I don't know. I can't even say that, but it's one of my many problems with this whole trilogy. Like it's just so boring. Like you have like this cool set piece. This should be like awesome. Like General Grievous, this cool ass robots fighting this Jedi. This should be badass, and it's fucking boring as shit. Like
he can't see anything because it's fake, so they probably tried to shoot part of it. It's like, this looks like shit. We gotta wrap this up.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, who is okay? Hold on. What movie is it? Is it this movie where they? Oh no, it's when they finally pull up on fucking Palpatine later when they show up with like 3 Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just wastes 3 of them real quick. Yeah. But there should have been a scene where Grievous is like putting in work, like taking Jedi out, like make it a battle.
Here's an idea. You keep Grievous alive, and in the end of the movie, instead of all the Jedi just getting simultaneously shot in the back, again, they're supposed to sense shit and they kill robots and soldiers left and right. Instead of all of them, all the Jedi Masters, by the way, these are supposed to be like the most powerful Jedi. Instead of all of them getting shot in the back, maybe you keep Grievous around and he kills a couple of them and it's cool. Yeah. But no, they just all get shot in the back by fucking stormtroopers that they've been killing left and right. It's fucking annoying. I
Yeah, like fucking
movie.
Well, so
God, I
anyway,
hate this
so they
fucking
fucking they killed
Order
Grievous.
66. We can't make it 666 because that's too much like the devil, but it'll be 66. It'll be cool.
So they kill Grievous. Maybe the war's over. Maybe it's not. Fucking Anakin finds out about Darth Plagueis, and he's like, "Oh, that's neat."
Oh
And
my
then they're
God,
like,
the scene.
"Oh, well,
Oh.
maybe Palpatine's evil. I need you to spy on him. I need you to spy on them. All right, we're all spying on each other.
Okay.
Oh, by the
So
way,
he goes. He after he tells him that story, he thinks enough to tell Mace Windu that he thinks Palpatine is a Sith. But
A
then,
Sith Lord?
but yeah, but then 5 minutes later, when he reveals that he's a Sith, he's like fucking shocked Pikachu. He's like, "What? You're a fucking Sith? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?" Like,
Oh no, we can't kill him. That's not the Jedi way. It's like my brother in Christ. You just decapitated a guy.
you like
Right.
what the fuck are you talking? You can't kill him. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Like,
well, because the
oh.
problem is that there's not the whole motivation for Anakin is supposed to be that he's afraid Padme is going to die in
he has
childbirth,
premonitions about her
and
dying.
he has to have the power to prevent that.
Oh.
And that doesn't feel like the tangible reason why he's doing anything.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't
Like
at all.
he is flip-flopping between the moral implications of being a Jedi versus being a Sith because he likes Palpatine the whole movie and not really worried about the whole death thing until the very, very end.
Just fucking it. Just at the beginning of the movie, the title call will be like, "Hey, off screen, Anakin became evil, and now he's Darth Vader." And then the whole movie just Obi-Wan chasing him down, and that's the whole
Honestly,
movie. Like,
Yeah,
that's better.
That'd be fine.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice if like Anakin, like if there was just a little bit more, like
His
George
turn
Lucas
is
can't
so
do
bad.
nuance, but it's just like
No.
just like it should have been him bending into Vader because at some point he's like maybe it's like you're asking if you wanted to go get Burger King. He's like, man,
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
That's a good way to put it. But like,
but
the
like,
scene,
and then a switch flips. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I guess I'll be evil now.
Also,
Yeah, I guess
like,
I'll only eat Burger King forever.
the scene
like
where
he becomes evil after refusing to kill somebody rather than when he actually kills somebody.
right.
Like,
To your point, Sean, wouldn't that scene be better if Anakin kills Mace Windu?
Yes.
Yeah,
Of
yeah, because
course.
instead of him,
He-
because he says, "What have I done?" As if the
Well, I mean,
simple
he's
act of he cuts Mace Windu's hands
it's
off.
one of the hands that gets cut off. He's
Yeah, but I mean like if
and then
he,
fucking
like,
Palpatine hits him with that "gotcha, bitch," and then he's like,
Absolute power.
When Palpatine
You gotta
does
get to the-
fucking oh my God,
You got to
sorry.
get to the Wolverine's jacket moment of why his face looks like that in a movie that they made 30 years ago. So it's like he has to electrocute his own face off.
Oh God.
Yeah, he
It's
couldn't
funny
have
'cause
just
this-
he couldn't have just
like,
continued
can't-
to age.
I don't know how Force Lightning works practically, but can't he just stop when he's getting like cooked?
Yeah.
well, I think him getting cooked is the only thing that keeps Mace Windu from striking him down with his
I
purple
guess
lightsaber.
this Mace Windu Palpatine fight
can-
is fucking
He
stupid.
can
as shit.
throw like a tank with the Force. He can't just use the Force push and push him across the room. He's
Also-
the most. He's
Brother,
like
here's what I was thinking the entire
So
time,
stupid.
right?
Well,
Listen,
also Mace Windu is like a fucking again, just like Mace Windu is supposed to be like neck and neck with fucking Yoda, and he gets killed like a bitch. Like he
so here's the deal. They are at the effectively the president of space's penthouse, right? And there are people going to work outside, like they're just, and they fly by to like windows shattering open and laser lightning fights happening, and nobody's like
also like it's like
nobody
so
shows up.
to
Also-
go,
Yeah,
to
it is
go
weird
the-
that there's
I
no
know.
guards.
I know
or
the
anything.
movie has to happen, but send more dudes.
I was just about to say you have the entire Jedi Council. So like they think at that point Mace Windu thinks they found like the new Sith Lord. So that's supposed to be like a very powerful person. So it's just him and Anakin. Why didn't you bring the whole fucking council? Like,
Well,
why-
there
like,
were
'cause
there
they're
were
all-
three
they're
other
all-
guys, including
Well, no, that's
Kit
later.
Fisto.
wasn't that later?
That's
I don't-
later. No, wait, that's now. That's now.
What's that?
They
Yeah.
get killed immediately.
They
Yeah.
get killed immediately.
Yeah,
right.
because he does his Harry Potter style noodle twirl out of his
Oh.
chair.
Right. But like,
God.
I guess the other Jedi are out prosecuting the
Send
war.
all the fucking Jedi. Send every Jedi. Send all of them. Fucking do what I used to do in Command and Conquer. Just make way too many troops.
And
to,
just
like,
You want them
overwhelm.
to Zerg rush the
yeah,
fucking
exactly.
So anyway, so fucking Anakin cuts off Mace Windu's hands. Mace Windu gets zippy zapped out the window, and Palpatine's like, "The attack on my
Also,
life has doubled my resolve."
Mace Windu falling out that window is unintentionally hilarious because he's like, it's
So-
fine.
So now Palpatine's like, "Oh, by the way, the Jedi are bad. They're trying to overthrow the Senate."
More
That's
about
always
that
been
later.
their bit, which I think is actually the Jedi actually say at some point, like, "We'll have to take over the Senate." It's like, oh, all right.
Again, a better movie.
Explores the nuance of martial
I do
law.
like the idea. Like, again, George Lucas has like inklings. Like, it's kind of interesting that like the police state would have to take over the set. Like, that's kind of cool.
I talked to TJ offline because it's like, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. I know that's later. And like, there is something interesting to explore about this like extrajudicial, like fucking religious police force that kidnaps children and brainwashes them into child.
There's like the Jedi. Like, if you take a step back and you take like the glamour off of it, like there's a lot of problematic things about like
But I don't know if he doesn't realize it or he's just not interested in exploring it. So when he says, in my point of view, the Jedi are evil, it's like, well, nothing in the movie from the way the people understand the way this dynamic is would lead you to believe that.
Yeah.
That, by the way, is the worst line in the entire movie.
And again, because
he also says that in the middle of a fight. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Breaking my heart is pretty bad too.
Yeah. It's just, again, like, he shouldn't be saying that the Jedi are evil. He should be saying, like, I have to save Padme. Like, that's all he needs to say. Like, that's why he's doing it. He's not doing it because the Jedi are evil.
Right,
like, there's no foundation in any part of
it's,
any of the movies to show that the Jedi are evil. To him or otherwise.
Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive be like, Anakin, he's evil. It's just like, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and all fucking Palpatine, he just need to pitch himself like a space Ron Paul space libertarian. Like, look, I just want you to be able to do what you want to do, baby. Like, just do you. Like, anyway.
It's the Aleister Crowley, do as thou will, shall be the whole of the law.
Exactly.
So now Palpatine's like, well, the Jedi overplayed their hand. Oh, by the way, all of the murder robot human flesh things I sent out there, I embedded in them Order 66. Oh, by the way, Chewbacca's here.
We are an empire now, and everybody's like, all right.
Everybody's like, Joe, actually, you know what? It's a little too...
I was going to say, it seemed stupid at the time.
It seemed dumb at the time. So now Order 66 happened. Oh, 66. Oh, and hey, Anakin, buy your out to go slaughter children. Okay.
Yeah, Anakin, to Nate's point, like, remember, his motivation is to save Padme, but like, he decides like to go... He literally goes from killing Mace, where it's like, okay, like, that's one
and
person.
Feeling bad about it immediately.
Right, like, what have I done? To being like, oh, hey, kill 30 10-year-olds. Like, oh, okay, no problem. Like, what?
Like, it'd be different if he was like overseeing the clones do it, and then you can kind of see him like fight with that.
Well, there's no confliction in him at all.
No,
like, again, a better movie would be like, I can't do this, and then like if Palpatine does something, like Palpatine kills like 2 of the kids or something. I don't know.
Right.
Again,
and to your point, TJ,
one of the kids actually attacks him, and like he just like out of reaction just kills one of them.
Yeah,
mirroring, rhyming perhaps with the Tusken Raiders scene in the second movie. But or I don't know. Again, like if the Clone Wars is the second movie, and you take the hour away from this movie, you get more time to explore what is it like for a person to go from being the greatest hero to the worst villain. Yeah, and how do they deal with this?
Well,
like,
not necessarily the greatest hero, but the pressure of being. Well, I guess he is like in the TV show, like
he's like supposed to be by that point. He's like, everybody loves him. Yeah.
So anyway, that all happens. Emperor's in charge now. Yoda gets away from Kashyyyk or whatever.
Real quick, sorry guys, this is going to be the second to last time I do this. They immediately start referring to him as the Emperor, which is fucking crazy. Like they don't call him Palpatine. They just immediately have been like, okay, well, he's the Emperor now. We got to call him that because that's what they said earlier in the movie.
Also, we did run down on his boy with the horns, like
that guy looked cool.
Summoning people.
Also, we didn't even talk about the fucking needless scenes in this movie where fucking Yoda is fighting with fucking Wookiees on a beach. Like I could give a fuck about any of that. And of course it's fucking Chewbacca's there because suck my fucking dick. Like of course Chewbacca is there. It couldn't just be another fucking Wookiee. It's
Well,
gotta be
because he's gonna get
Chewbacca.
captured by the clones, and then he meets Han
Oh,
Solo inside a pit when he's working for the Empire that
shoot
one
me in
Yeah.
the
time.
fucking head.
Well, he
Like,
has no people, you see.
Yeah. Solo.
Solo. Anyway,
oh
so
God.
now, so then Yoda's like, I gotta go back to Coruscant, and see who's who and what's what. And then fucking Palpatine's like, all the remaining whatever. Everybody's like, I'm sending, hey, everybody that I helped make up this war with. Go to a volcano planet and just wait for my next order, please. Because
Like,
that
do
seems like
the
a safe.
other like tens of millions of separatist troops that are in all these other places, do they know that the war's over immediately? Because like it seems like all the clone forces have been diverted to like shooting the Jedi in the back.
Yeah.
So like what's going on
Well,
everywhere
I'm
else?
sure the separatists have been told to stand down or whatever. Like they're like, and then I guess Anakin turns off all the droids after he murders all of the separatist like hierarchy
Yeah, I think
on
we have to assume that
Mustafar.
orders 1 through 65 were telling everybody
Yeah,
else to
right.
stop doing stuff, and then it was like now 66.
So then, so
I
then,
mean, you could have just had the guy go, "Tell your troops to stand down." Like it wouldn't have taken that long.
no.
Yeah.
So then Padme's like, oh, well, I better take my pregnant ass to Volcano Land. And then Obi-Wan's like, I'm gonna hide in this footlocker, but I'm not gonna shut the door with my hands. I'm gonna do this. I don't know why. I
I
opened it with my fingers.
absolutely
Um,
in a movie that I completely hate, this fucking sequence between Obi-Wan and Anakin, this is
you don't
like
like the lava surfing
I'd
fight?
rather go to the fucking dentist than watch this fucking scene. They're just jumping around on fucking lava planks and like they're doing their fucking katas. Like I just fucking despise
These
like
fucking robots.
this is like visual cancer. Like this is so bad. And like you want to fight, it's supposed to be this emotional fight between these two best friends, right? It's the master and the pupil and these two brothers basically that have been through everything.
Two
But you could have
brothers.
no fucking emotion in this entire fight. It's shot so shit. And again, it's because, like you said before, there's nothing really there, and they're just too concerned with like flinging their fucking lightsabers around. And it's like
Well,
it
also,
goes on and on and on and on. And I will give it credit. I don't think it's done very well, but the final sequence, like when Anakin is burned to death on the beach, is fucking brutal as shit. But like
yeah.
you could just have that. Like
Right. Like it's like you can't have any emotional stakes because they're constantly like hundreds of feet apart from one another and they're too busy trying not to fall off of shit. Like
yeah,
you could just have like a Lady Snowblood thing or like a Quick and the Dead where, you know, the kid versus
well, yeah,
his
for a guy that
Gene
was so
Hackman.
fucking for a guy
Yeah.
that was so inspired by fucking Kurosawa movies, like, dude, take some fucking notes. Like the end of fucking Yojimbo is fucking awesome as shit. That's just two guys walking down a street fighting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on,
Yeah.
dude. Like, what
Dude,
is all this bullshit?
the
Like,
fight,
it's
the
and
fight
we
you
didn't
get
even
in
talk
that.
about when Padme. That's the scene where Padme and Obi-Wan land on the planet, and Padme's like, "Oh, Anakin, you fucking killed a bunch of kids," and he's like, "You're with him now," and it's like, what am I fucking watching? Like, I hate this more than Southland Tales. This sequence is like, I fucking
There's
like.
absolute death, and it is like 40 minutes long. But also, thankfully, they intercut fucking an old man fighting a puppet.
Dude, okay, I've said this. I said this when I left the theater when I saw this movie originally. Yoda is supposed to be like the most powerful Jedi like ever, right? Like he's supposed to be like it. He's like the most powerful Jedi that's ever existed.
Mm.
He gives up. Like he quits. He's not hurt. He's not like gravely injured. He just fucking 86s it out of there. And like because he quit and let the Emperor millions upon millions of people die and he's supposed to be the hero, he fucking quits. How does your hero quit the fucking fight? him and Palpatine.
Also,
Like
it looks goofy on
it
top
looks
of it because he has to
terrible.
have a sword that's like proportionate to his body. So he's just got this little tiny
You got a little light dagger.
And he's just like, I gotta go,
It's
I
like
gotta go,
full
I gotta go
grown
to
old
fucking
man.
Dagobah, I gotta go to. It's like, bitch, what? Like
My home planet needs me.
again, like if
Well,
this
you
wasn't
got like Bail Organa like pull up on the Jedi Temple, watch a child get murdered,
George Lucas's kid.
and
but
then
the thing is though, like in a better movie, have the Emperor fucking win. Have the Emperor do something underhanded, and Yoda is at like the point of death, and then Bail Organa has to like pull him out and save him. That makes more sense than him just being like, "Here I am." Like, get the fuck out of here! Like, it's the whole universe is at stake, and you fucking quit. Like that'd be like if fucking like Superman is like, "Oh well, Brainiac's coming, but yeah, I can't fight him. I gotta go." Like that's not how fucking heroes work. It doesn't make any sense, and it's in the logic of the movie. It doesn't make any sense, and it's terrible.
Also, real quick, while we're talking about like ruining classic characters, I do want to briefly touch on how R2 is like complicit with child murder and genocide because he's just following Anakin along everywhere, like not calling anybody, not letting anybody know what's going on.
It's a good point.
Yeah, shit.
yeah. Well, anyway,
That's the movie.
Anakin gets cut up, he gets burned up. Fucking the Emperor's like, I sense something's wrong with Darth Vader, and then he like flies down and like scoops him up, and then fucking Padme like blasts out two kids, names
God.
them just whatever.
Well,
Dies with a broken heart.
Right, dies of a broken heart.
She dies of a broken heart. Like this is fucking where the red fern grows. Like get the fuck out of here,
Which,
dude.
you know, I said this over text. Like that could work if something else had happened. Like it would have made more sense if she was ill and like
Right.
dying of something.
Right. And she gives
and
up.
pregnant also, right? But dying of something. And so Anakin's motivation is I have to save her because she's dying of space cancer. And we have to do something about it.
Well,
Here's
here's
a
your
better
movie.
movie. Here's a better movie. You go
Just
ahead.
have
I'm sorry.
Anakin like just have Anakin do like Cable with the techno organic virus, and he's just mentally and unknowingly mentally keeping her alive with the Force because she's been dying the whole time from something
Ooh,
or
that's
who's a
good.
fudge.
I like
And
that a lot.
then his fucking his need to fight Obi-Wan is what actually kills her because he was the thing keeping her alive the whole time.
Or
I like that
That's
a lot.
cool.
or
Or
have
have
his super powerful
Palpatine-
force babies explode out of her.
Even better. I was gonna say like do something where Palpatine has like poisoned her or done something like behind the
Yeah.
scenes. But like just to have her die from a broken heart, like what is that? And then you have the goddamn stupid ass Frankenstein scene where he literally breaks out of the fucking thing, and everybody's memed this to death. But it's so fucking dumb, man.
Like Obi-Wan can't turn to that robot and it's like she died of a broken heart. It's like, are you fucking serious? Like you're a robot and a doctor.
Right, bitch. We have talking robots with sentient. We can go through
You're
like
one of
thousands
them.
of planets, and you like, come on, man. Like,
Also, it creates the problem with like I think Carrie Fisher says in Return of the Jedi that she remembers her mother being sad.
that's also true. Yeah,
And, like,
that's also true.
You probably just want to keep her alive and have
Wait,
her in
no,
hiding
wait,
at the end of the
hold on.
movie.
Also, like,
Wait, is this
what?
supposed to be her mother, or is it her mother? It's
Like
like
Bail Organa's
wife.
I always assume she meant her birth mother.
She
I mean,
probably
that makes
did, but like
sense. But
Unless
like,
unless Jimmy Smits' wife
how?
also died of something before Alderaan
Here's
was
the thing.
exploded.
What harm does it do to leave Padme alive, but like away from Vader? Like he doesn't know that she's alive. Why
Yeah,
is
like
that? Why?
imagine if Yoda and Obi-Wan used their force powers to hide her from them.
Yeah, what if
Thank
she
And
you.
that was the
Yeah.
thing that they were doing.
What if
I
she
have
just
to go into
raised-
exile because it's the only way I can project a veil over Padme to keep Anakin from getting to her.
What if she accidentally walks up behind Obi-Wan and he cuts her in half with his lightsaber because he's so easily
it's you.
startled by people he knows?
Right.
Also, like, not for nothing, but it's funny that like they have to hide fucking Luke and they put him on the planet that he's from. Like that seems kind of strange. Like I gotta hide Luke. so I'm gonna put him in Tatooine. You know, the place where fucking Darth Vader is from.
Yeah, we
He'll
gotta
never
hide
want to go
Sean-
back there. The sight of
we
his.
We gotta hide Sean's illegitimate son, so we're gonna put him at the fucking Royal Farms on Quarterfield Road.
I don't know, man. This movie fucking sucks.
You're
fucking
right.
hate this
You're
movie,
right.
dude.
And it is the worst of them because it's the one that has to sew everything up, but it does
Yes.
such an incredibly poor job.
Also,
Yeah.
I want to point out that Kevin Smith watched this movie and cried and said it was the best Star Wars movie he had ever seen. He's probably deleted the tweet since, but I'll never forget that because he was
People
like,
say things, man.
well, he fucking cried. I fucking hate Kevin Smith too. He's just bad. I'm more offended by. I mean, I know Kevin Smith's not a great writer, but like he's written movies, and like I don't understand how anybody like that has written something watches this movie and goes, "Well, this is fucking dog shit." Like I don't understand. Like I'm sorry. Like it's just so.
I don't know.
bad.
Ask Nate. Nate's written a lot of great stuff, and this is his
Nate
favorite.
has written a lot of great stuff. I have most of his. I think I have all of your books. Nate.
Yeah. No.
and I've read them, and I'm almost functionally illiterate, so that's impressive that I've read your books.
Almost functionally illiterate.
You guys are right. Like this is a bad movie. I mean,
All right, well, hold on.
It's still
Knuckle
the best
Shuffles.
of the
Let's just-
three.
let's just get into it because we've gone way long. We've talked through the entire thing. It's not the best of the three.
It is.
You weren't on the show. I will reiterate since you weren't. Episode 1 is terrible.
Yes.
But there are things about episode 1 that the other two don't have. One,
Like Watto.
well, yes, that's a huge one. Watto is amazing. You can't argue with that. Watto is incredible. But 2, it has a lot more it still has it has some practical sets, so it looks better. It has some practical sets.
Mhm.
It has 2 great set pieces that none of the other movies have. The pod racing scene is great.
And the
Duel-
and the
The
fight
Duel of
with
the Fates scene is
Darth
great.
Maul. Yeah.
That's why it's better than the other 2. Because name something that is as memorable in the other 2 movies.
I can't tell you what. Apparently, I can't tell you anything that happened in the second film.
Nothing happened in the second film.
And
Nothing.
I mean, all right, maybe you're right. Maybe this movie sucks.
It does suck.
Maybe.
I'm not arguing that all 3 of these movies are bad.
no. I mean,
But I think
I'm being convinced actively too. Like I have downgraded what I thought I was going to rate this movie
I
over
did
the course of the
scream a
conversation.
lot, so hopefully that helped.
I mean, it does suck.
I
but they
don't
all
want you.
suck.
I will say this. I do not want you to feel pressured to change
Oh, no,
your
no.
opinion.
No.
I do. It be
All right,
we're
so
having
the-
a fucking
all
we're having a
three of
struggle session for Nate for Star
Yeah.
Wars Episode 3.
No.
all 3 of these
Funny.
movies suck.
Yeah.
All the I think what stings the most is, and we've talked about this before, but reflecting on like Star Wars, just like and how much it meant to me when I was a kid, like to see how far it's fallen and to see how like it is turned from 3 movies I loved
There are
into more misses than hits, and
There
not
are-
by like a small margin.
there are 12, I think, Star Wars movies, like not including animated shit. Like I think there are 12 live action movies. There's at least 11. There might be 12. I don't know if my math's right. And 3
There's
of them
12. There's Soul. Are you counting Mandalorian and Gorgon or whatever?
Yeah, Rogue One, Mandalorian, and Grogu. Yeah,
and Solo. Right.
Okay, so 12. And 3 of the movies are good. That is like a Fox X-Men. That's like barely
4.
better than Fox. What?
Ron doesn't
Return
like
of the Jedi
Return
is
of the
not
Jedi.
good, dogs. I'm sorry.
Don't
Like
make me
I
hate Return of the Jedi.
I don't.
There's-
It's fine.
It's
I
in the
wouldn't say
top
it's good.
4.
Okay, it's a precipitous drop after that. But yeah, like that's bad. Like
It's
that
real
is a
bad.
Rogue One. Yeah, it's a fail. They are. It's a 33% or a or 25%, depending on how you're doing the math. Hit rate. Like it's not. If this was any other business, the plug would have been pulled a long time ago.
But here's the
Yeah.
problem. These movies are terrible, but they still make a good bazillion dollars. Like I think all of the prequel trilogy were all hugely profitable.
Mandalorian and Grogu did not make any money though.
Well,
I
that
feel
one.
like that
I
was
mean,
like
but the prequel trilogy, I think they all
how did
made
Solo do?
serious money.
not as good
Solo
as they wanted
great.
because they were going to make an Obi-Wan movie, and
That turned into the TV show.
yeah, they were going to make like 3 other Star Wars story movies that they did not make because Solo bombed as hard as it did.
Yeah.
Because it only made like $500 million instead of $1.2
Yeah.
billion.
Also, speaking of that, fucking Brand New Day has already made over $1 billion. That's fucking insane.
In
It's
this
been out for a
economy?
week. That's
Well, I mean,
ins-
well, yeah, but it costs $30 to go see a movie now. So
I'm
like,
just saying, it's pretty impressive that it made almost as much as fucking Infinity War,
Edge
which
runners.
is fucking insane. I do love Edge Runner.
Yeah.
All right, 5 knuckle shelf time. Nate.
No, Nate goes last.
Nate goes
Oh.
like, okay, Sean.
Okay, I go last.
1.
Yeah.
I don't like. I enjoy talking about it with you guys, but this is like, I don't know. Like it felt like he was bored by the time he got around to this movie. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
I totally agree. I
like
totally agree.
just have him run around put him on a big thing, and he can chase the other thing on a wheel, and then I don't know what, and then she dies of a broken heart. I guess the end. Like, what? Like,
No, I completely agree. That you took the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly how I feel.
it's just like shuffling them along from scene to scene, from planet to planet, just like, hey, this is Star Wars stuff. Hey, look, there's a Chewbacca, and like, I don't know, here's some Jedi, and this is why his face looks like that, and like, oh, we're the Empire. Did I get everything? Did I tie everything up? No. All right, well, close enough. I'm out of here. I'm gotta go take lunch for his salads. I just that's gonna be my new phrase for getting. I gotta take lunch for salads. This is like it is like the like
I would
purest
pay. By
display.
the way, I'm sorry, Sean. I didn't mean to cut you
Go
off.
ahead.
I would pay money to hear a recorded conversation between David Lynch and George Lucas.
Oh my god, there's a
Absolutely.
lot of Lucas. I feel like it's a lot of Lucas just talking. This movie is kind of like the capstone. It's like the distillation of everything that was wrong with the other 2 movies, with anything that was remotely compelling taken out of it. Like it is. I have not seen a movie cost this much money that is this poorly executed, possibly ever. Maybe X-Men Dark Phoenix. I don't know if you adjusted for inflation, which one costs more, but it is that level of movie. It is that bad.
Agreed.
But yeah, Gogs.
I mean, it's a 1, but I guess do I make episode 1 a 2? Maybe. It sucks. Like, it's just like I just continue to lament what's happened to Star Wars. I don't know if I feel bad for Hayden Christensen or not. I kind of want to, because I feel like that guy's whole career got torpedoed by this. Also, there's like the weird,
Just like I said with Jar Jar's actor, fuck him.
I mean,
You know what you did.
like there's also this strange contingent of people that like grew up watching all the movies in numerical order, but not in like the timeline order, that are like that hold the prequel trilogy into some sort of weird reverence that I just don't get. Like, it is like,
Well, if they saw them when they were kids,
maybe
they mean something
but
different
like,
to them just from
maybe,
that.
but like revisiting both of these movies, and then I guess when did we watch episode 2? A year ago, 2 years ago? Like, episode 2 is always like the weakest or the most forgettable one, but like it's just so poorly made. Like, the only thing holding like up, the only thing he's doing any work is fucking John Williams and the score. Like, you gotta like that man, you can't dim that man's shine. Like, he's out here making music happen, but like, god damn it. It's just every choice is a stupid choice. There was a way to make this, you could have made this like a quiet, darker, like almost like a noir-esque, like seedy, like corrupting kind of thing, instead of having to make it this big, stupid, like, you could have made it. You could have made it so that like Order 66 happens, but no one knows why it happened, and they got to like Obi-Wan and Anakin are trying to
that's
figure that out.
That's
like,
a much better idea, right? Like each of the Jedi get picked off like individually, and then you're trying to figure out like, oh, what happened? Like that's a cool idea.
How is this like why are the Jedi all being killed? Like,
so that's actually an excellent idea.
Like,
and
they investigate
it's
it,
such
and
a good idea.
Then over the investigation, it's the corrupting of, like, it's the corrupting of Anakin. Like, he needs to be.
Yeah, just make Star Wars Watchmen raves gogs.
Right.
I mean,
just,
is that not a bad? That's a great idea.
Yeah, no, it's a great idea because if
Just-
Anakin just keeps seeing evidence that the Jedi have been trying to overthrow stuff, and that's why they've been getting killed, and then he's like, "We can't stand for this. This is wrong. It doesn't matter what we like." That would at least be emotional conflict,
right?
Yeah.
So,
Just
like,
you have to have somebody.
Order
You have to
66.
have somebody that's not an idiot write the movie. That's
right.
the
But like, what they did was awful, and it's fun to watch Anakin get burned up. And I love Darth Vader, and I love seeing him in a suit, and it's shiny. And I love Darth Vader in Rogue One so much. Like, that Vader is.
Do you really?
I do.
Like are you talking about when they go to the Mustafar or whatever? Or are you
No,
talking about like
I'm talking about, like, I mean, I don't mind him at Mustafar, but I mean, like, at the very end where he's on the Corvette and he's cutting. You don't like that?
That's my least favorite part of the movie.
Oh, yeah. I like that a lot.
I don't like it at all.
No, it's fun. It's fun to watch Vader actually, like, fucking kick a pile of ass.
Yeah, I don't.
But then it's like so discordant because then he's like stomping. It's like, what, are you tired? By the time you get
I know, but like, it's fun to watch the guy in his
Dogs, you should
prime, even though his prime, like 2 weeks later, his prime is
Guys, you should read the Darth Vader comic books they put out. Marvel put out a couple of years ago. I think you'd really like it.
Is that the only thing I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men? Is that
it's really good. Gosh, you'd like it. It's cool. And the art's really good.
What is it, like the Dark? What is it? Dark Apprentice? What's the one?
No, these are the Marvel stuff. You're talking about the Dark War, the old Dark Horse stuff. This is more current. This came out like 10 years ago.
Does it like follow that same? But what were those video games where you were like Darth Vader's like sort of apprentice, and then
the Force Unleashed games?
Yeah,
those were cool.
I feel like those always had like a neat kind of plot to them. Anyway, but yeah, this sucks, and we all know it sucks, and it's a shame, and hopefully we never have to watch any more of these ever again. TJ.
More on that later.
TJ.
It's TJ Stamble. TJ Stamble. That's my favorite song. I really can't add any more than what Sean said. He really took the words out of my mouth. It's a 1 for me, dog. This movie fucking sucks. It's a 1 bordering on a fucking 0 because I fucking hate this movie like a lot. I was like actively angry watching this movie because I was just like, it's so frustrating. And I'm echoing things I said about episode 1. But the bare bones of this movie, we've said this a million times with a million different movies, but like the worst kind of bad movie is when you can see a good movie in there. And there's so much that you could work with. Like, we've talked a couple of different great ideas, but like, if you just had somebody competent direct this movie and write this movie, and all 3 of them, you could have something great. Because the idea of having your chosen one, your Messiah character, turn evil, I mean, it's a trope. It's been used in plenty of stories.
Yeah, Frank Herbert did it a couple times.
Yeah, a few times. But it's a good starting off point, and it's interesting. And it also is. It's something that Lucas would never do, but it is a story that works with character, right? Like, it's a good way to write a cool, nuanced character that, like, you like, again, like the Dune comparison, where like you sympathize him at some point, but then he kind of is irredeemable, but you still kind of like him, and like that's cool. But this movie has no character. There's nothing to sink your teeth into this movie. All you got is these just like CGI whizzles and wuzzles running around, and I don't give a shit. And it seems to be that Lucas cares about one thing, and that's the effects. And the effects are impressive. I will say, if I can say one good thing about this movie, is that by and large, the special effects do look pretty good, even by 2026 standards. Like, as much as I fucking hate the opening space battle scene, because I think it's pointless to the movie. When they pan out and show like everything in space getting shot at and all these hundreds of ships in the background, like it looks impressive. That's all he cares about.
Well,
He
it's
doesn't
in
care about.
service of nothing, and I think it
Well, and
was
it's
George
funny.
Lucas
It was
himself.
yeah,
Yeah, go
beat me
ahead.
to it. No, go ahead.
No, because you probably remember the exact quote.
He said in back there's an old Star Wars documentary when they made the first one, when he said a special effect that doesn't have insert if a special effect isn't in service of a story, what good is it? And then he turned into that. Like I think that the visuals are really good, but that's all he cares about, right? Like when like Sean talked about with the scene where he fights Grievous, like you got the fucking stupid ass alien thing that Obi-Wan's riding on, and then there's all these other things in the background, and everything is CGI, and everything is very intricate. And I imagine it took a lot of very talented people to animate all that stuff, and they put a lot of work into it because it looks great. But like it's a fucking screensaver, man. Like it doesn't have any heart. There's no people in this. There's nothing. I don't watch a movie for fucking like to make an example of a movie I hated. I talked about a couple weeks ago. Evil Dead Burn has really great practical visual effects and it's very violent. And I thought that stuff was great, but I didn't care about any of the characters. I didn't care about who died. I didn't care about the story. So without that, there's nothing for me to grab onto. And then the problem with this movie is that the plot revolves around like a lot of emotion, and it's supposed to be driven by Anakin's like, fear of his wife dying and also his rage. But again, the George Lucas doesn't understand emotion. So there's nothing that propels you as a viewer to care.
And on top of it, because it's a prequel, like you don't even get like the layup of like, well, let's see what happens because you
Right.
already know the resolution of the plot before you
Exactly.
started.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again, and it functions as a prequel. It's clunky as shit. It barely connects correctly. Again, Nate brought it up, but it is a line that bothered me where Leia's like, I said this in the last week's show, but I feel like Lucas, the bare minimum of you doing your homework. I know you wrote the movies, but the bare minimum of doing your homework, go back and watch those movies. So you'd be like, oh yeah, this was said. You know what I mean? It's like he didn't do that. Like I know it's a small thing that Leia says she remembers her mother, but like it's something. It's still there. It still bothers me that it's there. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just meticulous, but like if I'm making a fucking $200 million movie, I would be fucking meticulous. Also, I would assume you have people helping you. People work like somebody should have been like, hey, this doesn't make any sense. 2 + 2 doesn't equal 5. You know what I mean? Like that should really like it is the entire trilogy. I can sum it up by saying what frustrates me so much is that it just feels lazy. It feels like and again, like I'm really just piggybacking off of Red Letter Media and their entire dissection of this trilogy, but they're right. They show George Lucas basically sitting behind monitors drinking his coffee, and that's what the movie feels like. It feels like he just doesn't give a shit. I mean, he's gone on record and said he doesn't like directing films, and it shows. And I don't understand why he just didn't pass it along. Hire almost anybody, and I feel like these things would be better. So my virulent hatred of these movies comes from the fact that I just want them to be better. And I feel like they could, in an alternate universe, they could have been better. If you put other people in charge of this movie and you just give them this vague outline of this is where we're starting, this is where we're ending, I feel like anyone would have come up with something better than what Lucas did. So it's a 1. I can't stand this movie. To me, this is. I feel like
gentleman 0.
I feel like Attack of the Clones is the worst one, just because that is so boring. But this is number 2. This is right there. It's awful. So Nate.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I feel like just the conversation has caused me to reassess how I feel, largely because we've articulated a lot of things that I felt the first time I watched it, and I think this is a thing where I've probably watched this second most after Phantom Menace. Like I think I've watched Phantom Menace like 10 times, and this probably like 8.
Oh,
I know, but it's just one of those things that like it's easy to put on and not give a shit that it's on, right? And so you absorb it passively, and it becomes whatever. It's just
There's so many more things,
comforting
Nate.
background. No, I know. This is look. I'm watching better movies now.
Okay.
I've lived through some dark times, and they're past.
Right.
I I'm gonna give it a 3, but only because I do think Ewan McGregor does good
Episode
work in the
3.
movie. Like, yeah, for the 3. Uh, I think Ewan McGregor's doing all of the emotional lifting that you can ask from one person to carry the whole movie, and his delivery of "You Are the Chosen One" and things like that. I think it actually works when he does some of that stuff. The problem is that yes, there's no scaffolding around him, so he is just screaming at tennis balls and milk toast people who have no idea what they're saying. Um, it's not a good movie, and it could be infinitely better movies. And I think some parts of it are kind of fun, but you have to sort of it all rests on the idea that you're just happy to see a Star Wars movie that ends with Darth Vader. And
Yeah.
and if you can suspend anything that much, like if you can go into the kind of intellectual coma required to do that, it can be something of a movie. But I agree. Like I mean, I don't think it's a good movie. I'm giving it a 3 also because if I gave episode 1 a 4, I don't think this is like infinitely worse than that. I think this just
That's fair.
lacks those two scenes, and those two, like the pod racing sequence, while cool, does not emotionally carry anything either. So I'm like,
True.
fine. Um, but yeah, the biggest bummer about this is that there isn't a cool space battle that is dramatic in this movie, and there could have been. Because
Well,
all Star Wars
they
movies
tried to
need a
have
cool
one in the
space battle.
beginning. They had one in
Yeah,
the beginning, but it
yeah,
sucked.
no, I mean they did, and it is. You're right. Calling the screensaver is very apt. It's like, okay, here you are. The Clone Wars are
Yeah,
happening.
yeah,
I mean, it really so much of it is just that after Episode 1, they did not. It feels like the same thing with the sequel trilogy. No one had a plan for what was next
no,
in a real way. And they were like, okay, well, Anakin has to be like a little more upset, and also he and Padme have to fall in love because reasons. And they were like, okay, cool, that's the second movie. Oh, and we'll introduce clones too somehow. And then this is like, okay, all the cool shit has happened off screen. Like the entirety of the Clone Wars have occurred, and you haven't seen them. Fuck
Mm-hmm.
you, viewer.
Oh,
here's
I
here's
thought of
everybody
one.
doing stuff.
I thought of one good thing about Attack of the Clones. That weird Padme like leather S&M outfit that she wears at their like honeymoon. That's pretty great. She
Oh
Mm.
looks
yeah,
great in it. Yeah,
that's
big
solid.
fan of that. Also,
Shout out.
the white outfit that she wears when they're in that weird gladiator scene. Natalie Portman's just hot, so that's the only thing that's good about episode 2.
It helps, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, so I'll give it a gentleman's 3. It's not even really a 3. It's like a 2 and
fair,
quarter.
fair. That's a pretty low score for your favorite movie. I have a hilarious pick for next week if
Do it.
I because I kind of feel like torturing us some more.
Yeah, do it.
Well, Palpatine's in Rise of Skywalker.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the 9th one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the 9th one.
I guess it's a reason for me to watch it.
Yeah,
All right.
it'll be.
I mean,
Rise
this
is
this will be fun because this movie is garbage, and I can't wait to talk about how much garbage it is.
Yeah,
So
Ian
we'll have a great
McDermott.
time.
Ian McDermott, who I thought had passed away, he's still with us. He's 81 years old.
Name.
Yeah, because he was like 30 in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
That's not the
Also,
same
I for-
actor.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know
I think
that.
so. I think that guy did die.
I thought it
think
was. I thought
Oh,
that this
so
isn't
well,
the
in
same.
Return of the Jedi, then he's the same guy.
He's this. Oh, you're right. You're
Okay.
right. There's a different actor in there. Like the Emperor shows up in like one
Because the
scene
Emperor in Empire was a different
Strikes.
actor, and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
like
you're right.
they special effect cut in chimp eyes for him.
Yes, correct.
And then there's like a lady doing the voice or something in
But
that.
the Emperor that you remember
Right,
from
it's
Return of the
still
Jedi,
Ian
that's
McDonald,
him.
yeah.
That's him. So yeah, we're gonna watch Rise of Skywalker.
All right.
God.
Is it going to retroactively be like, you know what? Episode 3's not that bad.
It's good that I'm finally
You
getting
might.
this band
You might.
removed.
Once
So I
once
forgot
you
that
hear
I
they
forgot
fly
that
now.
he was in Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, because he's like one of the town
Yeah, he's one of the townspeople.
Town
That's a
official
movie
guys.
I'd like to revisit. I imagine I wonder if I'd still like it. I remember liking it.
Hmm.
But no, we're sticking with Star Wars. We got to do it. I mean, I feel like we need to.
Yeah.
To mirror the state of global affairs, we are also embroiling ourselves in a long-standing quagmire.
Yeah, I also can't.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the line. Somehow Palpatine has returned.
Isn't
How
that in
do
the title call?
no, it's a scene in the movie.
Oh.
Like they literally find out. Like if I remember correctly, and it's been a
Well, it's in
while
the
since I've
it's
seen
they
it.
mention it in the crawl that he's back, but then also I think Poe
Yeah.
Dameron says
Oh,
like
Dameron says
somehow
it.
Palpatine's returned.
They like no, but if I remember the scene correctly, they're like listening to like space radio, and and that's when it comes out, and that's what he says. It's like, oh my god,
I'm on
Jesus
the
Christ.
space radio.
yo. All right, everybody, that's the show. You know what to
All
do.
right.
Eat your own ass. Count your midichlorians, and we'll see you next week.
All
Hell
right.
yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys.